Yo, what is up guys, and welcome, finally, to Sonic Forces. Now, I played Sonic Mania twice on my channel, and I've never finished the game. And I have no intention of going back to Sonic Mania at this point in time. But bruh, we're here in Sonic Forces now. This is gonna be a lot different. This is the Sonic I grew up with. You know, the modern Sonic boost format gameplay. I grew up with this. A lot of people I know grew up with this. This is my Sonic. Now, I'm really excited because we got everything here. We got the full game and we got Episode Shadow. I will be playing Episode Shadow after the full game, just for that creative effect. But you know what? Let's just get right into the new game after I change some settings.
Sonic, how I hate him. And all of that loathing has been focused into this invincible instrument of destruction. Every defeat, every humiliation at the Hedgehog's hands will be returned 1,000-fold by my unstoppable creation. This is my dream come true. With this invention, I can expand the Eggman Empire across the globe and conquer the world!
The boss means business this time.
Okay, so what didn't record was an opening cutscene that maybe I've downloaded and played for you guys. If I can't record any of the cutscenes, I'll just play it for you guys. But you know what? This is it. We're in the first level, and we're back at Green Hill Zone.
Sonic, Eggman's forces are surging into the city.
And oh, how I missed this place.
Hold on, Tails. I'm on my way.
You guys have no idea how much I've missed this place, even though literally it's come back in both of the new games.
We don't have time to lose. Better keep
Yeah.
things up a notch.
Oh, I've missed this so much. Oh, after playing Sonic Lost World, this is a fresh relief, knowing this is back. Hey.
Man, look at the size of that thing. I guess all kinds of things show up when your neighborhood turns into a desert. Cleanup's gonna be a chore.
Oh, the feel. The feel this is a feel I'll never forget. Okay. I'll never forget the feeling of playing this.
Everywhere. Green
Oh,
Hill's looking
God.
a lot more like Sand Hill right now.
This is just so Sonic Generations nostalgia for me.
Man, this place is a wreck. Thanks, Eggman. One of my favorite spots is all ruined.
Yes. This is probably the best ever.
So the city must be close. Let's get ready for some action.
Charge through everything. Yes. Dun. And we get, you can't see it, but I got a trophy. A new story begins. We get an A rank off the bat, bruh. A S rank off the bat, bruh. Let's go.
Is everyone okay?
We are, thanks to you. Cutting it kind of close, though, pal.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much how I roll. Okay, let's finish this, Eggman.
It will be your finish, Sonic. Behold the power of my ultimate masterpiece!
Huh? Shadow, it's you? Zavok! Metal! Chaos! Huh?
Whoa, this guy is faster than Sonic. No, wait, it's something else. Gotta scan him and figure this out.
What are you? How are you doing?
Nice!
Tails? I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make any sense.
Running out of time here, Tails!
Sonic!
Eggman's army is unstoppable. Without Sonic, the people are losing hope and giving into despair.
Despair is a luxury we don't have.
I still dream that Sonic is with us. Do you think he might be...
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. Sonic is gone, Amy, and Tails has just lost it. If we're going to win, we have to do it without them.
Silver's right. We've been hoping for a miracle these past 6 months, but I'm afraid we have to make our own miracle.
Eggman's army has everyone terrified. If we want the people to rally, we have to show them that strength doesn't just come from numbers.
Not everyone is terrified. Isn't a new recruit joining us today?
Yes, a survivor from the city, right?
I'm accessing the file now.
And here we are. Now the game apparently will not let me record cutscenes, so during that, I was downloading the cutscenes to show you guys. But yes, we're here creating our own personal avatar, and I've had this planned out for a long time. We're gonna respect the nature of the game. We're going with a hedgehog. That's just straight up fact. What are we gonna do? Alright, we're gonna go with that. Skin color? Oh god, this is gonna be trickier than I thought. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Ooh, that's evil. But you know what? You know what, I kinda like it. No, we'll go with this, actually. Eye color. We'll give him blue eyes, why not? Body color. Alright, hold on. You know what? Actually, what we'll do? We'll go with this. Yeah, this is what we'll do. Yeah, we'll do that. Voice? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Yeah, it looks great. Your own story.
Knuckles, what's the sit rep, Commander?
Happy to see you're all still alive. Eggman's forces have chewed through our defenses at Green Hill, and the resistance in the city is reporting that whatever it is that finished Sonic... Sorry, I'm still not used to saying that. Whatever it is has got them running in fear. All except for this brave kid who survived the battle and made it here in one piece. Meet our newest recruit.
Doesn't look like much.
Neither do you, Charmy, but I still managed to find a use for your pointy butt. Here, kid, take this. We're depending on you. Okay, let's get going, everybody. The world's not gonna save itself.
Right.
Yeah.
This game is so stupid not letting me record cutscenes. Oh, wow. That's bad. You can now select a stage to play on the map, move the cursor left stick. Aha! You can now play a Shadow the Hedgehog. Next episode.
Just received some incredible
Alright.
news. Sonic is alive.
Alright.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
What? Oh, thank goodness! I knew it!
Ha!
He's captured in the orbiting prison. My spy there says he's in a solitary confinement cell, and they've been torturing him for months.
Oh, wow.
That's horrible! We have to rescue him!
Yeah, we do.
Plan's already happening, Amy. I've got a squad on the way to the spaceport and the chemical plant to borrow a shuttle.
Wow.
Come on, guys. Who's up for an old school style jailbreak?
All right, yeah, let's do it. All right. Yeah, all right, bet. Let's go. Oh, wow.
I think we can hold them off for now. No, wait. Watch out. The masked one's here. The monster that took down Sonic.
Huh.
Stay focused, rookie. We're off to find a shuttle.
Fly over. Oh god, I have to get used to this. This is so slow paced. This is unnaturally slow paced. But I like the soundtrack. I really had to just go quiet and let y'all enjoy that. Alright. Ooh, rocket? No, I want that. I want this. Yes. I guess that's the drill, probably. Oh! Huh. Well then. That didn't go as planned. The game... What? Hold up. I'm confused, actually. I'm confused. What does it want us to do? Oh, okay. Wouldn't do that before. Alright. Whoa! Oh, wow. I was not paying attention at all. Oh. Wow. Wow, I'm hurt from that. Ooh. Yes.
Need a shuttle to get to Sonic in time.
I'm aware, Knuckles.
All quiet at the launch pad for now. Grab a shuttle before they sound the alert.
I was... Oh, y'all still hit me? Okay. Alright. Oh, I missed one! About to say, y'all don't rely on me, do you? Hey. Wouldn't be a Sonic game if you didn't have to start doing unnecessary flips. I was settled for the A. Still good. The after screen has been unlocked. Go check it out. Ooh. Alright, what is this? Try changing out system. Oh! Fitting room. Okay. Okay. Alright, yeah, I can change myself up now. Ooh. Okay. Oh, we can just... Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'll change myself up a bit, why not? Alright, yeah, bet. No, we're good. Anything with that? No. Yeah, alright. Alright, yeah, we're good with that. Yeah. Alright, stage 3, city. Alright. Ooh, yeah.
That should have done it. I couldn't figure it out for you, buddy. I'm sorry I wasn't smart enough. Huh? Whoa! Chaos! Sonic, help me! Sonic? You're alive! Wait, what? Oh, you're that Sonic from another dimension, aren't you? Right, that makes sense, I think. Do you know how you got here? Maybe the power that Eggman is using is somehow affecting other dimensions. Which might work to our advantage. I mean, everything happens for a reason, right? We need to save the world, and maybe that's why you're here, to help save the world. Either way, it's still good to see you, Sonic. Heck, it's good to see any Sonic.
Alright, and if I remember, what you just saw was the return of Classic Sonic, which is who we're playing as right now. Oh, little spike ball.
Radar shows Eggman up ahead. Enemies could be lying in wait.
Oh god. I have to get used to playing as Classic Sonic again. I knew I should have gone back and played Sonic Generation before this. I have to manually do the spin dash again. There's no just one button. Wow. Alright. I wonder if you can homing attack in this game. Probably not. How am I missing these red rings? What did that say? You perform an instant spin dash when landing a jump by pressing and holding X. Oh.
They've made a total mess of this place. We have to stop Eggman and end this war quick.
I want to go back up there because it might be a red ring. I don't know if getting all the red rings does anything for you. Okay then. Just, you blow up, you blow up. You all blow up. Oh god.
Careful, Sonic. I'm detecting a ton of readings besides Eggman, too.
Wow.
One is stronger than the others. What could it be?
Dun, dun. That was Classic Sonic's return, everybody. Very gracious that we get to use him again. And we're gonna get that S. We're gonna get that S. Oh, wow. Okay. To complete, clear stage 3. And we get new stuff. Let's go. Oh, we got a lot of new stuff. Oh, we got a lot of new stuff.
There is no reason to resist. Sick there is no. I can taste your terror, child. All that anxiety and doubt. It's delicious. Give in to your fear. Flee screaming, and I'll let you live.
Alright, what that was Infinite screwing with us.
Rouge! It's about time. How's Sonic doing?
He's been better. They're getting ready to banish him into space.
Oh god.
What? You can't be serious.
Apparently she is.
Keeping Sonic alive all this time. He's been waiting to show him his completed empire before banishing him.
That's cold.
Torturing Sonic just to pass the time. Oh, that's low, even for Eggman.
Is it really?
Eggman got wind of our rescue plan and is moving forward with his plan ahead of schedule.
Does that surprise you?
The clock is ticking, boss.
Well, makes sense.
We don't even know where he's being held captive.
Yeah, well.
Yes, we do. Eggman rebuilt the Death Egg. That's where he's keeping Sonic.
Believable.
The Death Egg? Oh man, that's not good.
Not good at all, Vector.
None of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
Oh boy.
You all know what to do. Let's go get Sonic.
Yeah. Oh, stage 4, prison hall. What's this? I'll check it later. We're going straight for it. No questions asked. We're going to prison hall.
Listen up, rookie. Our other forces are busy dealing with enemies.
Oh
Looks
boy.
like you took the best route. It's up to you to save Sonic now. Find him.
Oh god. I don't want it to be up to me. I'm not good enough for this to be up to me. Bruh, if I'm going back for that one. That was just... Yep. Really? How this game despises me. Oh, we can't even get up there now. My god. This game's soundtrack is like the best out of any Sonic game I've ever played.
The prisoners are being held in a kind of internment facility. Sonic is probably there too. Security is tight, so stay on your toes.
I'm not worried about it. I tore through all of it already.
Nothing in this room either.
Man, we're still trying to fight our way out. They've got us pinned down.
Yep. Do you still get an extra jump from that? Yeah. They don't even know what happened. And burn.
Looks like this place was used up until recently.
It appears that many of our brethren were held here. One more thing Eggman will answer for.
Ha. Look at that. Oh. Oh well. That was another red ring I missed, probably. Boom, boom. Oh, I did not miss that. I did not miss hearing that sound.
I sense Sonic's presence. He's close.
Oh no! Not again! We're back at Spagonia! Yes. Yes, brother! You and I, we're on the attack, full speed ahead, running to the sunset. Yes! Brothers, we have succeeded in greatness today. And we got a football helmet, and we got glasses, and gloves, and shoes, and a suit. And we completed with an S rank. Oh, we got new stuff. More new stuff. More new stuff. More new stuff. Stage 5 versus Zavok. Well, guys, we'll save that for the next episode. So, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see me do next time. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Funny story is I recorded the rest of this playthrough like a long time ago, and I never got around to recording the commentary for it, but we're here today. So, we're going to move on to Stage 5, which is the boss fight against Zavok, the enemy from Sonic Lost World. Let's just get right into this. Why don't we?
This is the end, Sonic.
Oh, hey, sounds like the party started. Want to let me go and join in? No? Of course not. You hate fun. Whoa. Oh, wow. The end, huh? Let's see you try something now that I'm free.
Foolish hedgehog. Getting out of your chains does not make you free. Now, come and face the inevitable.
Ha! The only thing inevitable here is my foot kicking your butt.
Okay, and so in case you've forgotten from the last time I played this game, I know it's been a long while. Essentially, this guy, Infinite, beat the living crap out of Sonic. He got imprisoned, and this is where they were holding him. On the Death Egg. You know, the giant Eggman-shaped Death Star. Yeah, that thing. So, they were holding Sonic here for months, and they let him out because he was about to just be executed by getting tossed out into space. Because everyone knows a good execution is when you free your prisoner from their restraints before you go through with it. But this boss fight, for being a boss fight against Zavok, I have to say, it is very Sonic Lost World-esque. You're in this platform, you have very limited movement. Honestly, I feel like this could have been a boss fight made for Sonic Lost World. Like, in situations like this, I wish you had Sonic Lost World's, like, homing attack chains. Like, where you had all those buzz bombers, but they just kind of just miss you. The gimmick with this boss fight, really, is Zavok has this giant buzz bomber that he tries to crush, that he just tries to kill you with. As you see here, he has, like, that drill attack, which really annoying. And I'm gonna just spoil this for you right now. I died during this boss fight. I had to do this twice. But you see here, Zavok, when you see the beast shadow on the ground, that's when you know he's gonna go for a ground pound attack. And when he does that, you're gonna get launched into the air. And when you're launched into the air, you're supposed to homing attack into him. You have to homing attack into him 3 times because he blocks the first 2 shots, but that 3rd time, he's just not ready for it. And like I said, I died because I didn't know what I was doing, so I had to restart. So I'm gonna just let you play out the boss fight until we get back to where I was, and then I'll start talking again. Just kidding. Did you really think I was gonna let you sit through that entire section again without commentary? No. I'd like to actually go and reiterate my statement. Like I said, this is a very, as you can see, this is a very Sonic Lost World-esque boss fight area. Because in a situation like this, you can't run really fast. Like, base speed alone will not allow you to run off the side of this arena, although it is very much so possible. But you can't. Sonic does not build up his speed or momentum. He's kind of just stuck at this average jog you see here. So, yeah. The one thing you don't really want to do in this boss fight is jump. See, like you see right there. In any situation where Sonic has to jump in this boss fight, it's something you don't want to do. Specifically on that ground pound move, if you jump, you will lose access to that homing attack that you need to beat this boss fight. The only time I would suggest jumping is really when he goes for that drill attack, because it makes it easier for you to get out the way. And you saw right there, it even destroys the bus bombers that he's sending out to kill you. But yeah, that is the boss fight.
No! How could I lose to the likes of you again?
That was a blast. Bring some chili dogs next time.
Oh, Sonic, you and your love for chili dogs. But yeah, no, that was the boss fight. All that health bar he had left, taken out by probably the most brutal move I've ever seen Sonic do in this entire series. And while yeah, there was Shadow the Hedgehog that had guns, you never really saw Sonic straight up beat someone up. But yeah, even in the boss fight, to complete the stage, you get a bunch of stuff for your character. And you're going to see my character later on in this episode, but for now, let's move on with the story, why don't we?
It's that sound again. Whoa, it's not time for thinking, it's time for running!
Alright. So that was the boss fight against Zavok, which then moves us on to the next stage, Egg Gate. And I'm gonna just tell you this right now, for the most part this level kicked my butt. But, you know, I gotta say, this level is one of the best set pieces I've ever seen in a video game. What, like, not the set pieces, but like the scenery, like this.
I guess anyone who crosses Eggman gets a one-way trip to space. No way I'm sticking around here. There's nothing to
Just
run on.
the look of space. And I know Sonic has been in space in like every other 3D Sonic game, but I mean, heck, they even made a whole video game about Sonic in space. So seeing Sonic in space is nothing new. But every game they do it, the scenery just gets more and more better. I have no clue what that sentence just was. But, yeah. So this is Sonic's escape from prison. Very, not gonna lie, very easy escape.
I don't do well in tight spaces. I'll pay back Eggman for making me in this jam later.
This right here is one of the things that kicked my butt. This triple shot homing laser. Like, it is homing, and it really did just take my rings at the end. And I'm not gonna lie, this is where I died from. I don't even know what that was. I'm just giving myself the benefit of the doubt and say my brain did not process that the laser was in the middle. And I died. Those raising platforms, I have to say, are probably the more annoying aspects of this stage. If I remember correctly, there are no more of them in this level. But even still, it's a very annoying thing to put in a level, like a raising platform that raises faster than you could get on the platform. But, you know, I digress. Sonic Forces, it has its reputation for a reason. If you couldn't tell, to avoid dying by those lasers again, I skipped the Wisp capsule that would have given me boost energy. And if you can't tell, this level clearly wants to require a lot on the boost, and I've very rarely had that playing this stage. Like, you see that little burst of boost? That was it. Now, this is probably my all-time favorite set piece in Sonic games. if not my second. You know what? I'm gonna have to say this is my second, because the first one would have to go to the entirety of Rooftop Run in Sonic Unleashed. I chose not to talk about the QuickTime event because it's not really that big a deal. It's over as fast as it started. Then that drops us into a free fall section that leads us right to the end, and because I have no boost, I have to do this sorry run all the way to the end of the stage. Shame on me, shame on me. But that was Egg Gate. Sonic has officially escaped from prison and now has to find his way back to Earth. So yeah, yada yada yada, more Avatar stuff that I'm never gonna equip. Yeah. And we move on.
Easy there. Everything's cool. Are you here to rescue me? I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've seen a friendly face.
Hey, Rookie, you still in one piece?
Oh, sure. Don't even bother to ask how I am.
Sonic!
Amy?
I'm so glad!
Hold up, Amy.
Is there an exit around here?
They won't be long if we don't get on that egg in a hurry.
Your concern is touching, Knuckles.
Yes, see, that was very clearly not my character.
Sonic,
PS4 does not allow me
best
to
news we've
record
had in months.
the cutscenes of this game, so I
Here's
had
the
to
bad
improvise.
news. Our intel indicates Eggman's got a weapons factory in Green Hill, pumping out munitions for his war effort.
A factory? We can't take out Eggman's home base in Metropolis if he's got a factory supplying him.
No kidding. Look, Sonic, I know you just got back, but we're spread thin. Can you take care of this? We need that factory in Green Hill destroyed. Take the Rookie with you.
You sure about this? The kid was shaking like a leaf the whole time we were at the Death Egg.
That's because it's cold in space. The factory is nice and warm.
Oh, Charmy. I hate your optimism.
It will be when it's burnt to the ground. Sonic, you take the lead. Rookie, just make sure you take good notes.
I got 6 months of payback I'm just dying to spend. This sounds like a good start.
Alright. And then we head on back to Green Hill. Yeah, you tired of this place yet? I know I am. And this level is quite different from the last Green Hill.
The enemy's factory is inside the pyramid. I can send reinforcements.
Oh my god, we're playing as two characters at one time. Yeah, this is the first of Sonic Force's infamous team-up levels. Partner levels. These... It actually introduces probably my favorite feature. Spam square and you get a double boost. Yeah, everybody knows the double boost. It became quite a meme on the internet for a little bit. But, like I was saying before, Sonic Forces introduces these team-up levels where your created character and Sonic work together and get their level. Now, normally, the team-up levels, it's basically an either-or choice. You could either play as Sonic or the Rookie. Also, there go dying again. Rookie mistake. Like I was saying, it gives you the option. You could either play as your created character or Sonic. But this one, I easily noticed, made you primary more or less the created character, because you'll see this level, the way this level is played out, the sections do not incorporate well to Sonic. I mean, you saw earlier how I was able to just boost directly off the stage. So, yeah. Well, I'm sure it's not impossible to get through this while maining Sonic's controls. I wouldn't advise it. when you get the what I ought to say is when you get the chance, switch to the creative characters controls and work from there, because Sonic's controls not made for this one. There are sections, like you can see, where I guess it would be fun to just switch to Sonic and boost around, but I'll stand by my point of play mainly as the creative character, just because it's a lot safer. You're less likely to do what I did at the beginning of the stage if you just play as a creative character. And again, sections like this will be fun to play as a Sonic, but I chose to go as the creative character. One for the primary of the slow that you can use. Like you can see there are sections. That section at the end is the only time I really got to use Sonic in this section here. So, like I was saying, yeah, that level very heavily focused on Sonic. And there's my creative character. I don't know what I was on when I was equipping things before I recorded this. But that was Green Hill. And that was the first of quite a few team-up levels. If I'm correct, a lot of the levels from after this, you could mostly play as Sonic, but for Green Hill's team-up stage, I would suggest playing as the rookie instead of Sonic.
Something is attacking inside the Mystic Jungle. Silver is fighting him, or it, or whatever. Just hurry!
Guys, it's him! I'm looking forward to a second round with this guy.
Alright, so next we are going to the jungle. In the next episode, so if you like this video, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see me do next time, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Last time, we ran through Green Hill at Arsenal Pyramid with the first team-up level. And now, after all of that, after all the death, we move on to Luminous Forest in the Mystic Jungle. Now this stage has a reputation of being one of the least favorite levels in this game. And you'll see why, because there's one segment that's really stupid. But out of all the levels in this game, I have to say, this is probably the one that really brings Sonic Forces back to the boom formula, to the boost formula. Why did I say the boom formula? Oh god, no. Yeah, here we go. A level where you could actually boost in. I know. It's Sonic Forces, incredible. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a fun level, you know? If you can't tell, I'm having a lot of fun kind of just taking in the fact that, you know, proper boosting is in this game. Because if you look at my previous parts of this game, you'll see that I didn't really get to boost all that much. But, yeah. This is probably the level where I would say, boost all you want. They have a bunch of boost capsules lying around, so just do what you want. Now, granted, that is immediately ruined by these platformer segments, because they don't last that long. So if you feel like you're having fun boosting and suddenly it switches to 2D and throws it off for you, don't. It's fine. It's over before you know it. Like, not even a joke. Get past this segment and basically it's already over. Like, see, look, there you go. Now this is the part right here that a lot of people don't have a favorite, aren't really happy about. That right there. This is the segment where you predominantly want to boost in, but that right there, the fact that you can easily go flying off the side of this thing you're running on, I don't know what this is, like this tube thing, I don't know. A lot of people don't like that. In fact, I purposely flew off of that to show that that's not a very popular part of the stage. And while Sonic Forces suffers from what a lot of people would probably call short levelism, this actually feels like a decently paced Sonic level. This is the level that really gets to show off the boost engine in the game, and while granted, it's still a fairly short level, you know? Because you're basically boosting through the whole thing, it doesn't really feel all that short. And this... Oh god, this kind of killed it for me, I'm not gonna lie. The quick time events were unnecessary. Although I do find something funny and cartoonish about the fact that Sonic gets eaten by a giant snake, but instead of immediately dying from the snake's digestive system, he just fights his way out. Yeah, that was Luminous Forest. It's by far not the worst rendition of Mystic Jungle in this game, but it is one of the better ones. And it's nice to have a level where you can just boost through it, you know? Hey guys, look, I got a gamer hat. I'm a real gamer now. Oh, the customizable, like the clothes in this game. Some weird things, man. Some weird things. But anyway, moving on from Luminous Forest, we go into the next stage, which is the boss fight against Infinite. So, let's just get into this. The cutscene's a good one, though.
This wasn't part of my agenda, but I'm always happy to crush a hero. It keeps the rabble in line, shows them that there is no hope.
Does anyone but you believe your lies?
Time to tag out, Silver. I got it from here.
Well, look who's back from the dead. The little blue savior. But what's that I smell? You reek of fear. Glad to see I left an impression.
That's not fear. I ran all the way over here. And you haven't left an impression. I don't know anything about you, not even your name.
You may call me Infinite. In the brief moments that remain to you.
Oh, great! See, Infinite? Now we're getting to know each other. So, what's your favorite color? Do you like long, romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first two questions if you like.
The source of my power is none of your concern.
Sorry, but you've just got to share the secret of your power with me. I insist.
You're insisting.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Sonic, you okay?
Sonic just stays getting bullied by Infinite. But anyway, this is the boss fight with Infinite the Jackal, and I have to say, for a very, very crappy villain, Infinite has a pretty good theme song. And about this boss fight, I have to say, despite there being these Wisp Castles, I would suggest, personal suggestion would be, don't boost on this boss fight. As you can see, Infinite has these red blocks of death that, if you touch them, will not insta-kill you, but you will lose your rings, which will lead to you dying. So I would suggest, and you do have to dodge them like a lot during this boss fight. So what I would suggest is take your time with the fight and don't boost. You're better off with the basic running of the stage than using this, because if you boost, you are like 10 times more likely to go flying into the red blocks of death, and you don't want that. That would not be all that good.
You might have more fighting near the rabble.
This is probably one of the more easier boss fights in Sonic history, and yet I still died. I don't know why, but I keep dying in Sonic Forces. But no, as I was saying, this is probably one of the more easier boss fights in Sonic history. I'm gonna have to say, it's like, I know it's not the final boss fight. Like, this is far off from the final boss fight. This is the first boss fight with Infinite, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit easy, right? This is the big bad of the game. this is the one that when they revealed him during the promotion, everybody flipped out about because they're like, oh my god, an enemy that seems to have so much power. And yet the first time you fight him, he goes down so easily.
Max, I can grow. I get more powerful every second.
I will teach you to hold that tongue next time. You can count on it.
Yeah. You might as well have gone the full cliche and say, I'll get you next time, Sonic. But, yeah. Like I said earlier, Infinite has like a really good theme. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's not as good as Eggman's theme. But Infinite's theme is really, really good. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when this game came out and everyone heard Infinite's theme for the first time, they were probably as confused as a lot of you would be. But anyway, let's see how this fight concludes.
Well, you've improved since the last time, but you will still lose. As I predicted, you're not even worth the effort to finish off.
I gotta figure out the secret of his power.
I guess I probably should have talked about the cutscene before the boss fight. That was the first time since Sonic 06 that we've seen Silver actually do something useful. He fought off Infinite. He still lost, but he did his best. He did his best.
In this world, Sonic, and Eggman's monster got him. But you're here now. It's like the world needs a Sonic, any Sonic, to keep things in balance. If we defeat Eggman, this war will be over. And if we can figure out the secret to his power, maybe we can get you home. Hey, the sensor is picking up Eggman. Let's hurry.
Yeah, Tails is a little behind in the story, but don't worry, he'll catch up. He'll catch up. You see here, we're going back to Green Hill. And you'll probably notice that very obvious cut in the editing there. As I'm recording this commentary, I have to say, that cut was mainly due to my controller dying while recording this gameplay. And I had to cut the recording because of it. But anyway, we're back in Green Hill and...
We've got to find Eggman.
What is this music?
Let's see. The reading I picked up was through this way.
This is classic Sonic in Green Hill, right?
The enemy is here somewhere.
Then why is this not the Green Hill Zone theme? You know, the da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Real talk. This is the second classic Sonic level of the game. Classic Sonic doesn't get a lot of levels in this game. I'm gonna just say that now. He doesn't at all. But although, I do have to say, this is the level that really shows off how Sonic Forces killed classic Sonic's physics. Speaking of killed, I'm still dying. I really need to get better at not doing that. But yeah, no, this is a perfect representation of how they killed classic Sonic's physics. And I mean, I know from basic look, it looks fine. It looks fine, but actually playing the game wasn't fine at all. Because I'm sure, as you all know by now, this game put classic Sonic on a speed cap, so I'm assuming so that you don't have the issue with Sonic Generations in the classic Sonic games that classic Sonic goes so fast that he outruns the camera. But you already have but what I don't like is they already have a failsafe with that for this level. That being, there's something to stop you from moving every 3 seconds. Like, you've probably noticed every chance I even start moving, there's always something on the other end of the screen that I can't see that makes me have to stop in my tracks. Also, you're probably noticing my jumps look like they're being weighted. And that's because they are. when I jump with Classic Sonic in this level, I'm constantly adjusting where he's jumping because that right there, by the way, the game just didn't jump. I pressed the X button. But no, like I was saying, in this level, I was constantly adjusting how Classic Sonic was jumping. Because here's the thing, while this game suffers from Sonic 4 disease in which the momentum is messed up, although granted it's the opposite of Sonic 4, what it is that once Sonic jumps, his forward momentum pushes him so far forward in a jump that it is very easy to fall into like the few bottomless pit sections that were in Green Hill. And this isn't just for Green Hill, it's in all of Classic Sonic's levels. I don't remember how many levels Classic Sonic has, but he does not have that many. Your custom character has more levels than Classic Sonic, and that's including the team stages. Did I just get a prison outfit at the end there? That was weird. Anyway, that was the second Classic Sonic level, and of course he had to go back to Green Hill. You couldn't have Classic Sonic in the game without him going to Green Hill. But that unlocks the 11th stage, which is a boss fight with the big bad doctor himself, but that's gonna have to wait till next part. So, real quick though, I do want to take the time to talk about a few more things I didn't get to address with Classic Sonic. His momentum is so screwed that all those few times you saw me spin dashing, mind you, past Sonic generations, they got rid of the individual button to do a spin dash. So anytime you saw me doing a spin dash, I had to physically press down on the thumbstick and spam X. Kind of like how I had to do in Sonic Mania. Speaking of Sonic Mania, that is the classic Sonic from Sonic Mania. If you didn't know, he has the drop dash and all that. But his momentum, like I was saying, is so screwed to the point where there's going to be a section later in the game where you need to build up a lot of speed and think of the and I believe it's a downhill section. I don't know right now, but looking back at the old games, you remember with Classic Sonic, to build up speed going downhill, you want to roll into a ball. Well, on that segment, rolling into a ball is the last thing you want to do, and I mean like the last thing. You want to do that like the very last second. You'll see when we get there. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to let me know what you want to see me do next time, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Last time, we ran through Green Hill with Classic Sonic, which led us here to Stage 11, which is the boss fight with Eggman. We will all be playing this as Classic Sonic, so let's just get into this.
And with that, the disposal of the Phantom Ruby prototypes is complete.
It was a defective model. It could only record the DNA of the one that triggered it.
Only a being with my strength of will could ever activate it.
It doesn't matter now with the lab locked down in Mystic Jungle. Which reminds me, didn't you run into Sonic there after he escaped?
Yes, but he was powerless against me. There is no need for concern.
You let the hedgehog live? That is a great source of concern!
For you, perhaps. He has beaten you for decades, yet I defeated him in our first encounter.
Bird. Prototypes, and Sonic is alive?
What is it?
Nothing. We move forward with the plan.
Of course! When it's complete, the resistance will be erased. The world will be nothing but ashes, from which a glorious Eggman Empire will rise.
And the resistance will yield to the Phantom Ruby's power. All will submit.
What? You? No! I don't have time for this.
You gotta appreciate how quick Classic Sonic is to just jump into a fight. Speaking of Classic Sonic and jumping into a fight, we're getting a very Classic Sonic era-esque boss fight. Eggman rolls out the old ball and chain one more time, and I'm not gonna lie, This kind of made me upset, and there we go, dying again. Just the continuous thing between these past few videos. Yeah, it made me kind of upset to see the old ball and chain return, but you know, it's my first boss fight with classic Sonic, so you know you gotta go back to basics. You know, it's not a very long boss fight, not very long at all. Just gotta hit Eggman a few times by jumping into his Eggmobile, and he's done for. He's done for, and oh my god. Well, so much for him being done for. So just like in Sonic Generations, coincidentally, Eggman has rolled out the Egg Dragoon from Sonic Unleashed one more time, and it makes it wonder. It really makes it wonder. Is this still considered a prototype? Because I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it 2 times in the past before, so you gotta wonder: is it still in a prototype phase, or is this the completed project? Anyway, this part of the boss fight, Eggman is constantly throwing debris from Green Hill at you, and he's gonna eventually throw these boulders in with the rest of the debris, and you just gotta throw the boulders at him. And that's how you damage the Egg Dragoon. He does not come into the 2D plane for classic Sonic to attack him, so you gotta wait, dodge the debris, and wait for the black boulders to appear. And when they do, you can hit them and take down the Egg Dragoon.
I'll round up the entire resistance sooner or later. Just you wait.
Very strong threats for somebody who just had what was supposed to be his strongest weapon destroyed for the 3rd time by the same blue hedgehog. Honestly, Eggman should just scrap the Egg Dragoon project, because all 3 times hasn't worked. We just got the Void Wispon right there, which is something that'll be very helpful later on. I'm not going to equip it just yet, because I want to show off the current Wispon my character has equipped, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah! We did it!
Look at you, fighting like you've got a chance to win. It's adorable. Almost makes me feel bad that we're never going to do this little dance again. In just 3 short days, my plan will eliminate the bothersome lot of you.
Wait, 3 days? And what plan?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. You know what they say, the anticipation of the end is worse than the end itself. Maybe not in this case, though.
So apparently Eggman is pulling out a play from Zelda Majora's Mask book, and we have 3 days to stop him. You'll notice this SOS that showed up back at the Mystic Jungle. These are SOS missions, something that I'm not going to show off in this video, but essentially you get these 3 missions all having to do with a custom character. One of the options, you can pause the video and read it for yourself. One of the options, you can play as Modern Sonic, but like I said, I'm not showing it off here. Instead, we're going to move on to the next stage.
Eggman's army has broken through! They're in the city! We need to get these people out of here!
Who can we send? Sonic and Silver need time to heal.
We've engaged enemy forces at Seaside Hill. We can't spare anyone.
This is the 8th unit. We're pinned down under heavy enemy fire.
Man, looks like I've got no choice. Okay, Rookie, I've got a tough one for you. I need you to head back to the city and save those civilians.
Well, as I was saying before I was rudely cut off, we're heading on to the next stage, which is back in the city, which is Park Avenue. And here we get to show off probably my favorite Wispon in the entire game. But we'll get there when we get there.
I need a status update on the people who couldn't evacuate in time.
SBO here. We're engaging enemy forces and can't search for civilians right now.
Fighting is too fierce for us to help out as well.
Sounds like you're our only hope, Rookie. The rest rescue is in your hands.
I love Knuckles' optimism when he has to send us in. But you'll notice this whip I am using to destroy the robots. That is the Lightning Wisp spawn based off of the Lightning Wisp from Sonic Lost World on the Nintendo 3DS. And while that was probably the most useless wisp in that game, because let's be honest, it only appeared in like 2 or 3 stages, here it is made probably one of the more essential wisp powers to have, because, and you'll see here in just a moment, because one, it has that wisp, it has that whip that destroys everything in your path. It's like a full rain of it. But you'll see here, we have 2 different types of wisp, the Void and the Burst Wisp, which is something I don't have equipped because I have the Lightning Wisp on. Instead, I use the Lightning Wisp powers to do a Lightspeed dash through the Trail of Rings. Yeah, so they didn't give Sonic the Lightspeed dash for this game. Instead, it went to the rookie, and it's actually pretty useful, especially since it's kind of the rookie's boost as opposed to Sonic's, because the rookie obviously doesn't have a boost. So it's kind of, you get the Wisp power, and you can do like you could just charge through a Trail of Rings and enemies alike, and it sort of works like Sonic's boost. Although granted, Sonic's boost can't do that, but you know. Also, me falling there wasn't a failed attempt to get that red ring. The red rings don't get you anything in this game. That was me just poorly timing how I have to angle where I'm landing. And then even in 2D, you can use the Lightning Wisp, and in 3D sections, the Lightning Wisp goes left to right, goes from right to left. When in 2D sections, it goes from top to bottom, and it's really, honestly, the Lightning Wisp is just my all-time favorite Wisp spawn in this game. But mainly because of the Lightspeed dash, which if you're in a situation like this, I wouldn't suggest using it. I guess one thing I never really talked about with the rookie is that while he does have somewhat of a homing attack because of his grappling hook, I've never really, it kind of makes you question how that works, because I know how Sonic does. He rolls into a ball and charges into his enemy. But how does the rookie do it? Because I would imagine he's just kicking whatever he's running into, right? So that makes it like 10 times more dangerous than Sonic's homing attack. But we finished Park Avenue, and I didn't die in that level. And I had 350 rings. It took so long, but I finally got another S rank. Yeah, S ranks are a thing in this game. I'm sure you wouldn't know that by watching my videos. Yeah. For the rest of this playthrough, I promise you, I do not die once. I don't die ever again in this video. Did I just get a dad shirt? What the heck, Sega? Why is this something you can equip on your character? And oh my god, those are Excalibur Sonic's boots. Those are 100% Excalibur Sonic's boots. You know, from Sonic and the Black Knight, the Sonic super form in that game. You know, it's little stuff like that you gotta love referencing. And because I got an S rank, I got a hippie shirt, a cowboy hat, a face mask, some gloves, some shoes, a bodysuit that I'm not gonna ever equip, and that is it for Park Avenue.
Well, that was impressive, but we still have a lot to do.
Great job! I knew you could do it if you believed in yourself.
Thanks, Sonic.
Nice moves. But if you hog all the glory, how am I gonna look good?
Well, Vector, there's a simple answer to your query. You're not. You don't do anything in this game. But anyway, we unlock the next stage, which is back in the Mystic Jungle.
I can't believe it! Sonic's alive! I think I used up all my wishes for the rest of my life, but it's worth it. Come on, we have to go find him and tell him about Eggman's plan. Whatever his plan is. Eggman said something about Sonic being in Mystic Jungle.
Yeah, so we're going back to the Mystic Forest the Mystic Jungle to Casino Forest. And go figure, the casino level, we're playing as classic Sonic.
According to what I overheard, Sonic should be here. It feels weird asking you to look for Sonic, but we're counting on you.
You know, that's great, Tails. Count on classic Sonic. Why do we have to get a casino level? Like, I get it. It's classic Sonic. You can't have... You can't have classic Sonic in the game without some casino level. I mean, granted, Sonic Generations got the Casino Night DLC, but Casino Night was an actual level in the 3DS version of that game. So either way, you still had classic Sonic going through a casino. It's like there's some forbidden law at the Sega offices. Classic Sonic shall not be in a game without a casino level. And I guess you can make the argument Sonic Mania didn't have a casino level, but they had the bumpers, they had the flippers, there was some casino presence there. And especially, there's a heavy presence of casino stuff in the Encore mode, but you'll see when we get there, because I do intend on going back to Sonic Mania and doing the Encore mode. I just want to get some other games done first. I might go back after Forces, I might go back after another game. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? I am also very hesitantly avoiding going into those gambling slots, because if I get into them one time, I will not leave. You can go back and find the live stream I did of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and you'll find when I got to Casino Night, I went crazy with the slot machines. But that was Casino Forest, and you also notice again, I didn't die, which means I got another S rank. Haha! The curse is lifted. My deaths are no longer. Why would I get that? Okay. The customizable options in this game, granted, are questionable sometimes. I really want to know what was the thought process behind making these customizable options. And you know what? I'm sure it was a funny process. I'm sure somebody in the offices had a ball looking at the stuff they could do. And we've unlocked the next level. That's gonna have to wait till the next part. So if you enjoyed this video, please sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see me do next time. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Today, we're going back to the Mystic Jungle. We're taking on Aqua Road.
The system is picking up a couple of strange readings. They're coming from the laboratory, the one where Sonic fought Infinite.
It's probably another of Eggman's robots.
Life readings, 2 of them. Definitely not robots.
Hey, Rookie, go to the lab and check it out.
Anyway, I don't know why they're sending the Rookie for something like this, but sure. Anyway, this is Aqua Road, and if I said Modern Sonic stage in Mystic Jungle was the one people don't like, this one people definitely aren't a fan of.
They aren't robots.
Like, at all.
Taking them both on might be a big ask for the Rookie.
And here's why. This stupid water slide section. So here, you're sliding down this water current, and they have motobugs on the water stream with you. And every time you hit the motobug, you go flying in a certain direction and hit it, and you kind of want to stay on the water slide. So you hit the motobugs and you go flying off, you die, because that is a bottomless pit. So you don't want to fall in that at all, at all. So this time around, instead of the Lightning Wisp, you can see I have the Asteroid Wisp, and what this does is it spawns these mini-me's behind you, and the basic attack is you throw them at your enemies, and they destroy them for you. So you can see here, you got a trail of, well, I guess not really mini-me's because it looks nothing like your character. But you have these purple people behind you, and when you get the wisp itself, you can activate it, and you become basically invincible because they surround you, and you pick up everything in your path, and it destroys the robots.
This is no time to lose focus, that's all. Be sure to give it all you got, rookie.
Right there was a perfect example of why you hit the Motobug. Even though it's what you're supposed to do, you don't want to do it, and that's why. Because you saw there, I hit the Motobug, and I went flying off the slide, and I had absolutely no way of saving myself. The rookie doesn't have a double jump, so I couldn't get back on it if I wanted to.
Look at you, rookie. Having fun in the water?
What? Jealous you can't play on the slide, Knuckles?
Well, this is no time to lose focus, that's all. Be sure to give it all you got, rookie.
That conversation between Amy and Knuckles is hilarious. You're noticing I'm moving at like an incredibly stiff pace on this part because I didn't want to fall off again.
So meet up with them.
And the level is done. I really had no interest in talking about this level. Aqua Road is probably my least favorite level in this game, only because of that slide. But, you know, sometimes, you know, games do that all the time. They always have the one level. There's always the one level that you're not really a fan of, but it's still technically fun to play through. Because, like, don't get me wrong, Aqua Road is a fun level. It's just, the slide controls just needed to be better. Just needed to be better. I just got some 3D glasses. That would be terrible in this situation. That would be absolutely terrible. Imagine. But now we got the drill wisp on. And I'm going to equip that later on, and you're going to see that is the most overpowered Wispon in the game, and that's a scouter. Prove me wrong, that is straight up just a scouter from Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, let's just move on to the next part.
Have we met before? Sonic!
Tails!
I was so worried. I thought you were...
You worry too much. Look, I'm perfectly fine. It's been generations since I've seen you. Okay?
Good news is you're safe. The bad news is Eggman said he had some plan that will destroy us all in 3 days.
3 days, huh? Well, a lot can happen in that time.
Oh, that can happen indeed. Oh, that can happen indeed. So, we just completed a part of the level with the 3 playable characters, and doing so restores part of the world to Team Sonic. And ignore that. Ignore that. That's not important right now. We're going to move on to the next stage. And oh boy.
When the plan is completed, we'll all be wiped out.
I don't like the sound of that. Normally, I just laugh at an Eggman plan. He's already conquered most of the world, so... What's this plan of his?
Hey, I hate to butt in on your important meeting, but we're under attack! Shadow is tearing through our troops. We need reinforcements.
Shadow? What's he doing on the enemy side? Oh boy. Can't trust no one. Not even Shadow.
Shadow. The last time I saw him, he was fighting for Eggman.
It doesn't make sense. Why would Shadow help the enemy?
Why indeed, Knuckles? Why indeed?
Perhaps he's being controlled by that strange power.
Whatever it is, I'll figure it out.
And so we move on to Sunset Heights. And I know you've been waiting for it. It's the poster stage for the game. You ready? You ready? Oh my god, we're back in the city. Oh my god, this is the gameplay trailer. This is the demo stage. And it's the same as the rookie stage.
Hurry, Sonic.
Yeah.
We can keep them in check.
I wish I was making that part up. there's no originality in this. This is literally the rookie stage, just designed to fit Sonic's gameplay instead. Because as soon as we get over this, you'll see. See, look, right here. Now we are literally in the same section as the rookie. Like, this is the most recycled stage in this game. I have no clue what I just did there. I tried to go here, but whatever. Hey, look, there's that loop-de-loop again. Well, glad they sent Sonic in. If they send the rookie in, we'd be in trouble. But yeah, this is just the poster level for the game. They use this as the gameplay trailer. They use this as the demo for the game. Really, this is just the all-around Sonic Forces stage. When people think Sonic Forces, they think this stage, because this is the one they use. I don't know why they use this stage specifically to promote this game. I mean, I guess because you play through this city at least with every character, and there's Shadow. So, but as I was saying, yeah, that's probably why we see this level so much, and why they use it to promote the game. But you know, that was their choice. They wanted to overuse the level, so they went ahead and do it. I'm just glad it wasn't Green Hill, the level they chose to overuse. I feel like a lot of people would have been mad. A lot of people would have been mad. And I'm not kidding when I say this. That's not the last time we're gonna see that same city layout in this playthrough. So I hope you're not sitting here like taking a breath of air, just like, okay, no more city for a while. Is that a Bane mask? That's a Sonic Bane mask. Weird. But yeah, no, I hope you're not sitting here saying, glad we don't have to see the city for a while, because you'd be wrong, you'd be wrong.
Alright, Shadow, what's the deal?
Chaos control!
Another Shadow? He just disappeared.
That was a fake.
A fake? How?
Maybe it's a Shadow android. You know, that thing that Sonic doesn't know about.
Can create virtual reality projections. They have mass and form, but no heart and soul.
Virtual reality? So all those familiar faces that were part of Eggman's army...
Replicas. The problem is, they may not be real, but their powers are as formidable as the originals. According to Rouge, Infinite can create unlimited numbers of them.
So fight after fight, he can just keep cranking out counterfeits?
Exactly. As it stands, there's no way we can win this.
Of course we can win this. We always do. We just haven't figured that part out yet.
Well, that's optimistic. That is incredibly optimistic. But now we move on to the capital city, Metropolis. But before we do that, I'm gonna actually change my Wispon to the Drill Wispon. You know, the one we got from beating the last stage. And you'll see why I'm equipping this one for this level. Because, like I said before, the Drill Wispon is the most overpowered item in this game.
That Eggman's forces are undermanned at his headquarters in Metropolis.
They're probably staging somewhere else as part of Eggman's plan. This could be our only chance to take the city.
Exactly. That's why we're focusing on a full frontal assault on Metropolis. I'm calling it Operation Big Wave.
Oh boy, here we go.
Who cares what it's called? What's important is to have a well-thought-out strategy.
Trust me, Silver. You don't know what Operation Big Wave is yet. It's a thought-out strategy, but not well. Not well at all.
I thought up this strategy in about a minute and a half.
Oh god.
Going in hard and fast. We're not gonna stop till Eggman's army is destroyed.
He thought of this plan in a minute and a half.
Sonic is busy fighting Shadow, but the rest of us can do this. We've got the strength and the spirit to win. There's no finer group that I'd want to fight with.
I can think of some. Something that won't make a plan in a minute 30.
Great speech! Let's give Eggman an old-fashioned beatdown.
Someone's getting beat down, Vector.
They have more in sheer numbers, so the idea of a quick, focused attack isn't bad. We also have Sonic. I mean the other Sonic. So I have no doubt we can do this.
Oh, I have many doubts.
Also, if we can destroy the Phantom Ruby, we should be able to send the other Sonic home. At least I hope so. This is all new territory for me.
It's new territory for everybody, Tails.
Okay, let's head straight for Eggman's HQ. Time to save the world, people!
We're not saving anything. We're dooming something. Alright. But now, it's Metropolis. So you think it's Metropolis Zone from Sonic 2, right? Right? It's the only Metropolis that comes to mind when you see Metropolis, right? Or it's Grand Metropolis from Sonic Heroes. And here, right here, is why the Drill Wisp is the most overpowered. If you spam R2, you charge up the drill, and when you let it go, you literally go flying. This Wispawn is literally considered the speedrun Wispawn because of that. And now here's this level's gimmick.
Stay calm. What you're seeing isn't real.
It's no use. Our troops are scattering in the confusion.
Oh boy. So now Infinite has activated the Phantom Ruby and is now put us in a virtual reality situation. As you can see here, the level is upside down. And if you can't tell, I was not ready for that. And now I'm all out of whack. Oh, thanks, Infinite. That helped a lot, actually. But, like I was saying, the gimmick of this level is that Infinite alters with your mind using the Phantom Ruby and changes the way the level plays out. And it's in a pretty interesting format, I'm not gonna lie, because right there it was kind of interesting to see the level turn upside down. But here's where it's interesting. We're on the side of buildings, and here we get the worst news in history.
We're caught in enemy crossfire. Snake Squad requesting reinforcements. This is Fox Squad. We can't hold out much more.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Still, get used to it. I'm gonna die a lot here. But like I was saying, the worst news in history. Oh my god, I'm just trying to... Come on. Stop dying for 3 seconds so I can play out this cutscene.
We're caught in enemy crossfire. Snake Squad requesting reinforcements. This is Fox Squad. We can't hold out much more.
80% of our forces have been wiped out, and we've lost contact with the rest.
One flip of the Phantom Ruby switch and everything falls apart on us.
The rookie is our only hope now.
They just said 80% of their forces were killed. They're dead. Knuckles made this plan in a minute and a half. And that plan got 80% of their people killed. And oh, come on, I jumped there. I did the thing. I actually did press the left stick there. I made that. Just when I thought the curse of my dying was over.
80% of our forces have been wiped out, and we've lost contact with the rest.
I just feel terrible every time I hear Amy say that. 80% of their forces were just wiped out. They're dead. What else would that mean? They're just dead. Knuckles made a plan that got a bunch of people killed. What the heck, Knuckles? You are such an idiot.
Go on like this. As much as it pains me to say it, the best we can do now is to live to fight another day.
But, you know, I digress. Again, here we go. Drill Wispawn being overpowered.
Our big wave has washed out.
We haven't lost. Let's fall back and regroup.
No, Silver, trust me, we've lost. And there's the level. But, yeah. I don't really talk about these levels a lot because there's nothing to talk about. These levels are short. They're about, if they take as much time as I just did, which was 3 minutes, it's because you did what I did and die. These levels are incredibly short. It doesn't matter which character you're playing as. But yeah, no. Knuckles got 80% of their people killed. His idiocy knows no bounds. But, you know, nothing we can do about it now. Next up is the big fight, is the Rookie's big fight with Infinite. But that's gonna have to wait till next time. So if you like this video, let me know what you want to see me do next time. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Don't pull a Knuckles.
Shut up!
Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Last time, we unlocked the another boss fight with Infinite, this time with the Rookie. Let's just get right on into it.
More ants to crush. I wonder if this world can offer me a real challenge. Huh? And as if to answer, the world sends me a trembling child. I'm going to fight and die here, or run away in fear again.
Hey, don't be scared. This is your moment to shine. Keep going. Don't let your fear own you.
Fine. I will teach you fear, then pain, and then, well, at least the fear and pain will end.
When did Sonic say any of that? No, really. You've seen every other cutscene. When did Sonic say that? But anyway, this is the second boss fight with Infinite, and this time I came in with the Asteroid Wisp because this Wisp is overpowered in this boss fight. This Wisp ability, if you remember, is these minis that you could throw at your enemies, and when Infinite does that dive move, you could throw them at him, and that takes away half of his health bar. There is no first phase in this boss fight if you have the Asteroid Wisp. You just skip it entirely. On this level, Infinite uses his red blocks of death to send you into virtual reality. If they touch you, which they did a few times actually, along with if Infinite touches you. And while in this virtual reality state, he has these cannons that will hit you if you stand in front of them. So to avoid that, you want to just avoid touching the red blocks. You want to avoid getting hit by Infinite's dive, and then you want to wait for him. Then you want to wait for him to basically be stuck at a standstill, and when that comes, you just beat him. This boss fight is as short as any level in this game. Like, even these robots are setting out with the Astro Wisp is absolutely overpowered because, you know, you just spam throw at them and it's over. I believe this is the last time I show you guys the virtual reality before he drops, and I beat him up. Yep.
You've put up quite a fight. I underestimated just how desperately the feeble cling to life.
You'll be clinging to your life soon, Infinite. Trust me. Trust me. I could have had the Drill Wisp. It would have been 10 times worse. Would have done less damage, but it would have been 10 times worse. That was the second to last boss fight with Infinite, if I remember correctly. And both boss fights with him so far have been lackluster, if I have to say. Not really difficult, very easy to take him out, and you know, if you know what you're doing, you don't even get to see virtual reality. So what I'm mad about is that you can't hit Infinite with the clones, with the Astro clones, while he's in the air, only after he dives. And that's a little upsetting, but, you know, either way, it's an easy boss fight, it's an easy boss fight.
I remember you. You ran from me before. You survived then. But you throw it all away now. Kill it. This will be goodbye. How is this possible? It can't be. How did you? No matter. They have only 2 days left. Let them contemplate the inevitable till I end this once and for all.
Infinite had so much potential to be a good villain. But next up, we're going back to the chemical plant, and by the color of the marker, you know which character we're going back with.
Things were going well with Operation Big Wave. Then everything fizzled out when that Phantom Ruby kicked in.
Shut up!
That fake shadow was created using the Phantom Ruby's power, right? Even if it's a virtual reality projection, it's as strong as the real shadow.
Rouge, have you found the intel I was looking for?
No, not yet. But I have reports that Eggman's database is located at the chemical plant. If we can check that out, we might find something there.
That sounds like a promising lead. We have to figure out the secret behind Infinite's power and virtual reality. Tails, can you handle this?
Got it. I'll take Sonic, I mean the other Sonic, with me and head to the chemical plant.
And so, we go to Chemical Plant. The next classic Sonic stage, and we can tell by now, they didn't really try to name classic Sonic stages. While in the rest of the game you do go to the same old places, they at least have different names, so you know it's a different mission. Earlier I said there was a point, in this game where you need to build up a lot of speed, and the last thing you want to do is roll into a ball. Well, that opening section of Chemical Plant right here is that section, and we just skipped past it like it was nothing. And that is because I used the drop dash when I went off that ramp, well, not really a ramp, but that pathway, so that while going down, I already had the build up speed, and yeah, basically, I skipped that entire section. Much like Green Hill, I do have to say a small complaint is that they didn't use the regular music for the level. Like I said, I was kind of upset Classic Sonic didn't get his Green Hill music, and I'm kind of upset he doesn't have his Chemical Plant music. But I get why they did it, you know. It's overused at this point. I mean, Generations, Mania, and now this. You know, Green Hill and Chemical Plant, they've been overused at this point. They've been overused. This level, I gotta say, despite Classic Sonic's physics problems, this level does feel a lot like something you would play in the original 2D Sonic games. And don't say anything, I know it's Chemical Plant, it is something you played in the 2D Sonic games. But, I mean, the way the level is laid out and stuff, yeah. Naturally with Chemical Plant, you have the underwater sections, which means you have these air bubbles, and by God, those are the fastest air bubbles of any Sonic game. This level doesn't have a lot of water, so it's not really like the original Chemical Plant where water was a big problem. Here, there's like barely any water in this level, but there is still water. There is still water. You don't see it in this video because I didn't come close to this point, but you can drown in this level, and it does have the regular drowning music. But all I gotta say is, if you manage to drown in this level, then you either put the controller down, left the room for a second, and forgot you were underwater, or I don't know, or you somehow got stuck and ended up drowning, because there should be no way you drown in this level, especially with the wind fans that are in the water that push you to the top. And with that, it should be, with that, like I was saying, it should be literally very impossible to drown in this level. But you know, I'm not gonna say anything. I know that it has happened to some people. I know it has. I know it has. But for me, I gotta say, it's kind of sad if you drown in this level. And by the way, that's the level. Yes, Sonic Forces, it has so much potential. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but the levels could have been longer. The levels could have been so much longer. I feel like that would have made the game like 10 times better. Because the real problem people have with this game is that it's too short. Like, so many people finish this game their first sitting, so it could be longer, is all I'm saying.
So, this is where the database is. Hold on a sec while I access the data from this computer. Okay, failed battle plans, robot designs. Wow, he's got like 10 terabytes of selfies. So where does he keep the... Found it! Virtual reality weapon, the Phantom Ruby. A weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to feed false information to the brain, creating a new reality for them. Like a dream so real if you bump yourself in it, your sleeping self will bruise? It's hard to believe. Eggman experimented with lots of prototypes, and then incorporated the final version into Infinite. If I'm reading this data correctly, then there might be a weakness. This is huge! Let's get this information back to the others.
Eggman has terabytes of selfies. That's a sentence I never needed to hear.
I don't like sitting on the bench, but there's nothing to do till Tails gets back.
Way to jinx it! Metal Sonic has been spotted in the city!
Shut up!
Is it another fake?
Why would they bother making a fake out of something that already isn't real? Couldn't they just build more? Either way, it's getting wrecked. Let's go, partner.
Well, now we gotta go to Red Gate Bridge and fight Metal Sonic. Great. I can't wait to have another race set to the same Stardust Speedway soundtrack.
Watch out! Metal Sonic was spotted near there.
Strange. I don't see him anywhere.
That is not Metal Sonic. That is a Death Egg robot. Okay. Alright, real talk. This boss fight is not like the other boss fights. Clearly. This boss fight is more or less an actual stage. You have the quick time event, and they do have red rings in this level. I collected a couple of them because they're all in this one section, but like, if you couldn't tell me, I don't care about the red rings at all. I'll get those in my own time. But there's the metallic blue boy. And basically all you gotta do in this one is you gotta boost towards Metal Sonic, and you should be able to homing attack him and deal damage. This is probably one of the longer boss fights in the game, simply because you do need to actually take your time with it. You can't just run up to Metal Sonic and defeat him in like a few seconds with a few lucky shots. You have to actually take your time with it. Occasionally Metal Sonic will have well, I'm not even going to say occasionally. From now on, Metal Sonic will be surrounded by robots. And when he's surrounded by the robots, you have to homing attack all the robots before you can attack Metal Sonic himself. And not gonna lie, this is by far, and I know this is gonna be a really touchy subject, but this is my second favorite Metal Sonic boss fight. Oh, I bet y'all thought I was gonna say it's my favorite. I really do. But no, this is my second favorite Metal Sonic boss fight. Primarily for the reason that it uses a different version of Stardust Speedway. Like, this is still Stardust Speedway. Like, don't be misunderstood. This is the American version of Stardust Speedway. Every other boss fight we hear the Japanese version. This is the only time we hear the American version of Stardust Speedway, and it's a nice change of pace, you know? The regular old music gets very annoying very fast. But, you know, here's the American version for once. It's a nice callback to Sonic CD. You know, has two different soundtracks, and you gotta respect both. Anyway, you get Metal Sonic down to his last bit of health, and then you gotta hit him with a good old. And you don't gotta worry about him running away from him when you're double boosting. You are too fast for him to get away from. And now he's dead. Metal Sonic is dead. He was never real, but he's dead. We killed him. So ends Forces Metal Sonic. I don't know when we'll see the actual Metal Sonic again, but hey, at least he showed up in this game. And that's also the end of the Phantom Ruby clones. Yeah, we don't fight Chaos, we don't fight Shadow, we fought the others, so that's it.
Hey, that was great! We're like a well-oiled machine. Fighting a well-oiled machine.
That's a nice touch. That's a nice touching cutscene. But we've repaired more of the world and took over some control only because we cleared out Chemical Plant. And next we'll be taking on Guardian Rock, but we're going to save that for the next video. For now, I want to take a moment and just talk about what I just said. Like I said, the Metal Sonic boss fight is the ending of the Phantom Ruby boss fights. If you go back to the first video or just look it up yourself, you'll see when Sonic is beaten by Infinite, Infinite is accompanied by Chaos Zero, Shadow, Zavok, Metal Sonic, and is that it? Yeah, that's it. Just the 4 of them. We saw Classic Sonic take out Chaos when he arrived. When Chaos turned into a puddle, that was him being defeated. We saw Shadow, the clone Shadow, get taken out by the real Shadow, and that was it. We don't have to fight him. We already defeated Zavok, and now we've defeated Metal Sonic. The only one left in that list from the beginning is Infinite, which means the next boss fight, if I remember correctly, is the final boss fight with Infinite. So that's going to be fun. For now, I just want to say thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, please be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see me do next time. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. We're getting ready to take on Guardian Rock.
I got it, Sonic. I figured out a way to stop Eggman's Phantom Ruby.
Great work, Tails.
Based on these readings, the Phantom Ruby requires an incredible amount of energy, which only the Death Egg can provide. We simply stop the energy transfer, and boom! The Phantom Ruby is practically useless.
Simply? Last I checked, the Death Egg is a heavily fortified, well, Death Egg.
True, but I came up with a plan. First, we distract Eggman. While he's not paying attention, we use the Chemical Plant computer to hack into the Death Egg's weapon systems and shut it down. With no weapons, destroying the Death Egg will be a piece of cake. No Death Egg means the Phantom Ruby is nearly useless.
Well, you know, it's just crazy enough to work. So, first we need a distraction. I'm on it.
No way, Knuckles. You're too easily distracted. That's not a good trait for a distraction. Plus, you're our commander. We kinda need you here.
Idiot.
Shut up!
How about the rookie? Eggman would never expect it. It may even throw him off a little.
Good idea. You got your orders, rookie. We only have one more day before Eggman's plan is executed, so let's hustle.
Okay, I have nothing to say about that because I'm still in total shock, even recording this audio, that Knuckles wanted himself to be the distraction. Amy Loki made a good point. Knuckles is too easily distracted. But we take on Guardian Rock, which is back in Green Hill Zone. Are you guys trying this place yet? Because I know I am. I know it's been a while since one of these videos came out. I had to take a break from recording the commentary because, well, simply because it's tiring. I'm not gonna lie, it's tiring. I know all I gotta do is record the gameplay to do this, but doing the voiceover, no joke, gets tiring. Anyway, this is Guardian Rock, where you're playing the distraction while Sonic and the others go to Chemical Plant to destroy the Death Egg. We'll see that very soon. But for now, here, you'll notice this crab robot is here. Well, actually multiple crab robots, and its arms are constantly slamming into the ground. So this is more or less a platformer level, like majorly a platformer level, where you're just trying to avoid getting crushed by the crab arms. Personal beef with this level is that this is the level that showcases just kind of how the physics could have been a lot better. In my opinion, I don't know if I said this before in one of these, but in my opinion, the Avatar character is just a little too floaty. You see, I literally stopped there because if I had kept my momentum, I would have gone flying off of the stage. I didn't want that. I'm going back to the burst Swiss for the rest of this playthrough. for one of the sentimental value, it's the Wisp-Bomb we started the game with. It's the Wisp-Bomb we're going to end the game off with. I'll show off any other Wisp-Bomb we get in the extra video. But for now, for the rest of this playthrough, my avatar character, who is in his final look, by the way, what you see right now, this is the definitive of my character, so enjoy it. But from now on, we're sticking with the Burst Wisp-Bomb. This part right here, this red ring that I'm going to constantly be trying to get until giving up, you'll see here, it's very annoying because, alright, well, what you have to do to get that red ring is you're supposed to hop on the platform right there. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to just fall and land. The way the physics work in this game is that your avatar character, 9 times out of 10, is so entirely floaty, there's literally no judging that. There's literally no way of judging that drop. I went and got the red ring after the playthrough, after I finished recording, and sure enough, I was able to just drop off the platform and get the red ring. But now, here's this giant crab thing. Tapisha was saying earlier, the avatar character is like incredibly floaty. Guardian, if you want a level that shows off how floaty the avatar character can be, Guardian Rock. But now for this crab walker thing, what it's doing is it's going to be constantly chasing after you while kicking up debris off the ground. And what you have to do is sidestep out of the way to avoid getting hit. It's not hard. They're very predictable movements. It's not even a matter of like it's attacking where you're standing. It's always a set pattern. It's the same pattern every time you play the level. And you do have to go through this every time you play the level, so yeah. Well, once you pull a Star Wars Episode 5, you get out of there scot-free. But, you know, it's a set pattern for the sidestepping. So if you play through it about a good few times to the point where you get it memorized, you'll basically, without even thinking, dodge all the debris. It's not like it attacks you where you're standing, no, it's always the same set pattern. You know, died 5 times, you still get an A rank. I don't think I've ever really spoken this, but one thing I really like about is how this game doesn't have a life system. It's one of the few things people really don't like because they say that's one of the reasons to throw it off. One of my favorite games from this series is Sonic and the Black Knight, thus meaning Sonic and the Secret Rings is one of my favorite games, if you don't know, it's the Wii games. And you know, they don't have a life system, so I'm kind of glad that this game doesn't have a life system. One of my favorite features. But we finished Green Hill with the Avatar, which means we have cleared Green Hill of Eggman's control. We unlocked another secret stage, but ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. We're coming up on the end of the game. We're on stage 21. We're coming up on the end. We'll get to that in the extra video. But for now, back to Chemical Plant.
Almost at the chemical plant. How's the rookie doing with the distraction?
Oh, so far, so good. We might have to stop using the nickname Rookie if the kid keeps this up.
Next, we've got to get to the computers at the chemical plant and shut down the Death Egg's weapon system.
Perfect. I've been waiting for my turn to bust some heads.
Find the computer room! That is the mission for this level. I'm sorry, I had to do it. If you don't know what that's from, in the game, oh wait, I'll explain in a second. This is, you're supposed to get on a rail to make it to the other side of that, but I just completely ran off the stage and I still live. Sonic Forces. Physics make no sense for this game. As I was saying, if you don't know what the whole find the computer room thing was, in the game Shadow the Hedgehog, there's a mission where you're with the Chaotix, you don't know who that is, you know, Vector the Crocodile, Aspio the Chameleon, Charming Bee, all of those guys, you know, the team from Sonic Heroes. One of the missions in that game was with Vector, where you had to find the computer room, right? And that's straight up what he says when you go to select his side of the mission. And you know, that's basically what the theme of this level is. You're finding the computer room. You know, the thing is, if you want any tips for this level, don't boost. Like, I know it's tempting. This level, don't boost. Because if you see the purple water dropping, well, it's still Chemical Plant, so there's that. But that water will push you down to the ground faster. And it occasionally will be over bottomless pits like that. They're very easy to avoid if you know what you're doing. If you don't, again, I feel sorry for you. But yeah, that's the main reason I would suggest not boosting in this stage, because it will catch you by surprise, and you don't want that. You're actually relying on the water, which is called Mega Mac, but I'm never gonna call it that. It is water. If you get caught in that, you'll just be shot towards the ground. But you are going to be using it, but it is actually, you need to rely on it in this stage. What you need it for is it's going to be pushing those spinning platforms you have to stand on, and it also makes for good set pieces, you know? But, oh god, what happened there? But yeah, no, that's a short level. It's only a good 2 minutes long. Sonic Forces has short levels. I didn't even really get to explain that level well enough for my taste. But basically, don't boost through that level. You do a very high chance of getting hit by the water, falling in a bottomless pit. And that's no good. It's no good at all. You saw that you had the tubes like Chemical Plant from the Genesis days. In my opinion, modern Sonic's Chemical Plant felt more like Chemical Plant than classic Sonic's. You know, classic Sonic had the water, but modern Sonic had like more Chemical Plant-esque designs. So there's that. There's that. There's that. Let's move on, because we're not quite done with the Sonic 2 references, because now we're getting ready to head on to the Death Egg. You know, after we take over this race for control of the Earth. Let's go. We know actually the secret stage. Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. We're heading back to the Death Egg with classic Sonic. If you played Sonic 2, you know that this was dangerous.
Now's your chance. Move. Hurry! Just destroy the Death Egg and cut off the power supply.
You're making it sound like a walk in the park. This is a Death Egg.
Don't sweat it. The other Sonic has this under control.
You know, Tails, keep that optimism, because you'd be right. Oh, no, if you've played Sonic the Hedgehog 2, you know that Death Egg is not a good level. In that game, it's where you're fighting Silver Sonic, you're fighting the Death Egg robot, all with 0 rings.
I thought we shut it down.
Probably switched over to auxiliary power. Not to worry, Sonic is on the job. He'll find a way through.
In case you missed that, they just said the Death Egg's power is still on. You know, the thing that we just sent modern Sonic to the computer room to turn off, because they have auxiliary power, because of course they do. So we went to be a distraction as the Avatar, fighting a giant crab for no reason, and we ran through a very uncomfortably short Chemical Plant level with modern Sonic for no reason. Don't you just love plot holes like that? But yeah. As I was saying before, this is the Death Egg, where I would like to say it's a reference to the fact that you fight the Death Egg robot on the Death Egg Zone. Classic Sonic in the original game. It is a lot, as I was saying, it is a lot easier here because you actually get rings this time around. Like what I wouldn't give to have at least 1 ring back in Sonic 2. The Death Egg Zone is one of the main reasons I've never beaten Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and that's because the Death Egg Zone, you know? I've never, you know, beat it fairly. I've always used debug mode to beat it because I can give myself rings. But like, yeah. So this stage is like a breath of fresh air, especially when you realize classic Sonic going to the Death Egg. See, that's the one fear people have when they think, that's the one fear people had back in Sonic Generations when you had to fight the Death Egg robot. You know, when people heard the music, you know, they knew it was a Death Egg robot. They the Death Egg robot, it's like, oh no. You know, it's a fear when classic Sonic shows back up on the Death Egg. Am I gonna have rings this time around? I mean, in my opinion, Sonic 4, Episode 1 gave me that same fear. Because it was basically the same thing. I find it funny how Knuckles said that after I did a drop dash off the platform just to get to where I was going quicker. But you know, it's a big fear. As I was saying, like, it's a big fear. You get classic Sonic, go back to the Death Egg. You know, I feel like it's almost a need for Sega to, what they should want to do is tell us that we're gonna have rings this time around. so that people aren't just panicking like, oh my god, I'm playing with Classic Sonic, I'm on the death egg, please give me a ring, please give me a ring, please give me a ring. And the thing is, you don't see a ring for like a good few seconds when you enter this stage. It almost triggers that fear. But the stage comes to a close when we get this invincibility box. You know with Classic Sonic, get the invincibility box before you end the level. You know you're about to just run through a bunch of robots. But that was a conveyor belt, a very short conveyor belt. There was no need for the invincibility. I could have easily did drop dash over it. But that was the death egg. And when I say that was the death egg, I do mean that was the death egg. We're about to see this thing go sky high. We got a scarf, some hair, a pretty neat mustache, some glasses, some gloves that I'm not gonna equip, some boots I'm not gonna equip. You know, like I said earlier, my character is in his final stage. You know, I don't need no more upgrades. That's it. Now, let's watch this thing blow up.
Should be down to almost nothing.
That's right. Those resistance pests and their clever little plots. They're like something on your shoe that you can't wipe off.
It appears they've taken our legs right out from under us. Quite impressive, really.
I don't have legs. Neither do you, dude.
Don't remind me, dude.
5 more hours before the plan is executed. Infinite, let's make a tactical retreat so that we can remobilize our forces.
And by tactical retreat, you mean to say, flee with our tails between our legs. I'm quite displeased about this, Doctor.
Shut up and just follow me!
What? Wait!
Well, I feel bad for Orbot and Cubot, always getting left behind. You know, Eggman does not think about them. It makes me question why he even built them, but we have taken over, Eggman. I'm sorry, but you have lost this war. We've unlocked... Oh god, another secret stage. Ignore it! Ignore it all! We've unlocked Stage 23, Metropolitan Highway. We'll get to that in the next video. So guys, if you enjoyed it, please let me know which one I see you do next time. You know, leave a comment down below. All of that. Like, subscribe maybe. I don't know. Do what you want. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Hello everybody, and welcome to part 8 of Sonic Forces.
Mission accomplished. The Phantom Ruby signal has gotten much weaker.
This should effectively put a stop to the Doctor's greatest weapon.
The Sonics have made an opening for us. We can't just let that go to waste.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Time to settle the score.
Now that the Phantom Ruby is out of the way, we can finally smash Eggman into an omelet.
Shut up!
Hey, don't count your chickens before you smash your eggs.
Rouge is right. The fact that Eggman and Infinite are still around means we can't let our guard down.
I just want everyone to get home safely, okay?
All right, fine. Everyone get your game face on. The target is Eggman at the Central Tower.
Alright, and that leads us into our very next Sonic level, Metropolitan Highway.
We're fighting to get our world back now. Don't stop, don't look back. Just focus on the task ahead no matter what. Let's do this, everyone. Charge!
This is your studio issued 100% required Sonic running through the highway level. Or at least it's required as of recently in the Sonic series. I think as of recently the only exceptions have been, I think, Lost World and Sonic Boom. I think because I have not played through the entirety of Lost World in a while, so I do not remember what was in that game. But if you want my advice for this level, by the way, you see how I'm boosting in like small bursts? That is how you have to boost in this level. Otherwise, you will, and I mean you will, go flying off the edge of the highway, thus causing you to die. I do not die on those highways, so you know, I take my own advice, and you should do the same. But I do die on a very upcoming section, and I do mean very upcoming. And a lot. So this section right here, you can see I am triggering these moving platforms. Some of them will take me, well, most of them will take you to the right, but others will push you to the left. And sometimes these platforms will even push you into spikes that you'll have to avoid. I'm telling you this because that's the basic premise of me trying to get to this next platform. That's the kind of platform I'm trying to get up to. I died because I misjudged the trajectory I need to jump at. And by trajectory I meant to say momentum. I need to jump at to get over to the platform. Sonic Forces, like I've said before, the physics suck. The physics in this game absolutely suck. I do mean this when I say I think the physics in Sonic 4 were a lot better than they are in this game. Just because you're less likely to screw up an easy jump like I do here in Sonic 4 because your momentum is you have such high momentum in that game that if you mess up a jump, it should physically be impossible for you to have done so. In this game, you mess up a jump like it's nothing. I actually really like the music in this stage. It really fits the tone of what we're going for. A futuristic city in the middle of a war. You know, it does share the same it does share the same music style as the rest of the stages in this game. So it does make it kind of a repetitive bit, but you know, we're just gonna ignore that because you know, the music in this game is still good, you know. I'm not gonna fault this game on the music. I'll fault this game on anything else but the music. This game does have really good music. Yeah, the stage is over now. God, the levels in this game are so short. I'm sure you're tired of me bringing this up in basically every part of this playthrough, but I can't help it. I can't help it. It's true. The stages in this game are so short that if I weren't recording this, I would have finished the game by now. Like if I hadn't recorded this, I would have finished the game by now. The game would have been over in about an hour, because that's about how long it would take you to beat this game. But I digress. We're moving on to the next level, which is the coolest name but the laziest level. We're moving on to Null Space. So let's check this out.
Welcome, Sonic. Glad you could make it to your funeral. Infinite, do it!
Take this. What is that?
Har, har. That, my spiky little trinity, is Null Space.
Null Space?
It's a little something that the Phantom Ruby cooked up. A closed-off space where absolutely nothing exists. Goodbye, Sonic, my soon-to-be-eradicated nemesis. Enjoy all the nothing.
Whoa! Buddy, don't! You'll be sucked in too!
But we destroyed the Phantom Ruby's power source!
Tisk tisk! Since you always destroy the power source of my weapons, I decided to learn from my mistakes. I had a backup power source created under Metropolis.
This isn't where we were meant to end up. Let's head back. Everyone's waiting for us. Double boost!
I hope you like Null Space. This is a very cool area, right? It's over now that I triggered this double boost. Yeah. You're in Null Space for a total of 13 seconds before you're basically thrown back out into Metropolitan Highway Act 2. Oh, this game is depressing. Null Space is such a great idea for a level, and I really wish they had made that an actual level in the game, because that is so underrated. Oh my god. I'd like to escape my dying curse? How? Why is it back? Like I was saying earlier, No Space is a very amazing idea for a level. And I wish it had gotten a full level in this game. But, you know, of course not. We have to stick to the same old places. You know, apparently they were very limited on what stages could be in this game, so we basically got a million versions of the same one, you know. Got Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Death Egg, and the city, and now Metropolis. Oh my god! I thought we got over this a long time ago. I am tired of dying. Oh, but I digress. I'll continue to rant about No Space later. For now, I think I want to actually just take the time to talk about the level, more specifically, the music you're hearing right now. This is the song Fist Bump, which is the official theme song for this game, thus making this level seem a lot more important than it actually is. But if you ask me, the game could go without this level and you wouldn't be missing much. Especially since you've already played two different Metropolis levels. This just seems like padding at this point. But, yeah. That last part of the lyrics is actually very fitting, because as soon as we hit this spring, the level is basically over. Yeah. All this level really was a grinding section. No, just a quick reminder that is a feature in the game. From now on, I think the level is just... why do I say I think? I know. No, the level is more or less an enemy horde kind of thing. So, you know, if you want to get some points towards your rank, you can go ahead and do that. And that's the level. I did die 2 times, so obviously I'm not going to get the S rank, but I'll take the A rank. I'll take the A rank. Besides, I'll just go back and get the S rank on my own time later. It's not out of the question. An S rank is always possible in this game. Sonic Forces is not a hard game to S rank. It's funny because I put this game on hard mode, but you know, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to just move along.
Excuse me, boss?
It can't be! It's impossible to get out of the Phantom Ruby's No Space!
Well, maybe by myself, but I had a little help from my friend. Something you wouldn't understand since you don't have any friends.
This changes nothing. Dr. Eggman will still have the last laugh.
Maybe he'd have more friends if he didn't talk about himself in the third person.
I love seeing Orbot and Cubot in the background of cutscenes. Especially in scenes where Eggman just kind of leaves them alone. Which happens a lot at this point in the series. But, you know, that's why I love them. Orbot and Cubot have easily become some of my favorite characters in the entire Sonic franchise. And they don't even have to say anything. Just the way they act, it's amazing. It's amazing. But next up, we're going on to the next level, which is a character level next time. But real quick, I want to reiterate something I was saying earlier. Specifically, my commentary on how No Space would have been a great level, because from those brief seconds in No Space, I absolutely adored the level. Well, sort of, you know, until you break out of it and you're back in the highway. But you know, we're not going to talk about that. No Space is a very interesting idea because it's something that this game hasn't really. It's an idea that this game hasn't really used before. The only time Sonic is ever really in an alternate dimension from the rest of the game is during the special stages, which aren't in this game. So Null Space would have been a great return to form for how, in every Sonic game, Sonic goes to this small dimensional plane outside of the reality of it all. And, but because of the way the game is formatted, I honestly do think this game was rushed. Not as rushed as Sonic 06, but I do think this game was rushed. That they couldn't pad out Null Space like I want to give them credit for and say they planned to. We didn't get to see much of it. Those quick 13 seconds in the level, and you're out of Null Space, which kind of sucks that the level itself is named Null Space. Like, I can easily think of things you could have put in the level. You could have put infinite red blocks everywhere, as like obstacles and stuff. You don't even have to have actual enemies in the level. Like I just said, you could have infinite red blocks which can serve as both obstacles and enemies. But we didn't have any of that. It was just kind of a quick reminder that double boosting is in the game. But you're in a team stage, so 9 times out of 10 you're going to do a double boost at one point anyway. So, yeah. But I digress. I'm going to cut the rant here. Maybe I'll speak more about it at the end of the series, at the end of the playthrough. But from now on, let me just say, if you enjoyed this video, let me know what you want to see me do next time. And I'll see you guys in part 9. Goodbye, everybody. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 9 of my playthrough of Sonic Forces.
We've got less than an hour before Eggman's plan goes down.
There's no more time. We have to break into the fortress now.
Indeed, this is it. Our last opportunity to bring peace back into the world.
But when the battle ends, we'll have to part with Sonic. I mean, this Sonic, won't we?
Yes. If the Phantom Ruby is gone, I guess he'll be returned to his dimension.
Thank you for everything, Sonic. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Save the sentiments for later. This is not over yet. We still have a battle to fight.
Exactly. This is our last chance. Give it everything you've got.
And so that leads us into our next Avatar stage, but first, watch the greatest cutscene in the entire game.
Let's go! Go! Take this!
Long time no see. Did you miss me?
Why, yes, I did. I've been looking forward to finishing your annoying friends. I trust you're all ready for oblivion. If you're not, oh well. What? Who dares?
Target reconfirmed. Extermination mode initiated. Payback inevitable.
Omega, you've joined us? Awesome.
Is there no end to these annoying insects? I will burn your resistance to ashes, and you along with it.
Whoa, you gotta be kidding! That's just a special effect, right?
No, it's not. While we're under the Phantom Ruby's control, it's a part of our reality.
Unbelievable. What chance do we have against that?
The sun will fall upon you all. Boom. The end. Your pathetic lives are over.
Look, it's reacting. Eggman said something about the Phantom Ruby prototypes. Let me see. Whoa, it is! He said the Phantom Ruby prototypes only react to the person who activated it. That must be you, buddy! Your courage and heroism are probably what triggered it. Just maybe, if you use this, it can make that sun disappear.
What exactly is Eggman's plan? I mean, think about it. Infinite just created the sun using the Phantom Ruby, and he plans to drop it on top of the battlefield and kill everybody. Eggman is also on the battlefield. Infinite will have killed him along with Sonic and his friends. Eggman will not be able to take over the world because he'll be dead. But I digress. This is Imperial Tower, also known as the most difficult level in this game. Well, to some people, I actually got through this fairly easily. The game came out a while ago, alright? The game is a few years old, okay? I think by now everybody has seen how to play this game. But to most people on their first time experience, this is a very difficult stage. This is essentially a wisp maze. So every wisp in the game is accessible in this level, and depending on what wispin you have when you go into this level, you will be taking a completely different path than everybody else, unless everybody else picks the same wisp. I said a few parts back that I will be using the burst wispin for the rest of this gameplay, so I was stuck with that for this level, which isn't hard to get through, but me and everyone else's advice for this level, use the hover wispin that I'm going to unlock later on in this playthrough, but use the hover wispin and get through this level fairly easily. There's a way to unlock the hover wispin before when you actually get it in the game, but I didn't do that because I'm saving that for the extra video. But no, use the hover wispin and get through it fairly easily. For the remainder of this level, this giant blue laser beam of death is falling down on top of you, and, well, as you can imagine, if it hits you, it is an instant death. It doesn't matter how many rings you have. It doesn't matter if you have a shield. You will, and I mean, you will die if that laser hits you. We are nearing the end of the game, folks. Imperial Tower is the Sonic brand Eggman's base level. Well, not Eggman's base, but Eggman's final frontier level of the game. And essentially, every time you get to this point, the game's over. Speaking of being over, you get to this final section where you're running from the giant laser, and just when it looks like it's going to catch you, you get away with that spring. And end the level. Okay, small rant before we head on to the next part. This is the end of the game. The level should not still be this short. And it's a shame because we're coming up on a really cool level. And it's shorter than Imperial Tower. That nearly took me 3 minutes to get through, and it's not just because I died. I literally played through this level a second time before recording this commentary where I S-ranked it. And it almost took me about the same amount of time. But, you know, I digress. Let's move along.
Make peace with your fate, because your lives are now over.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Buddy?
The sun! It's gone!
What? What just happened? Impossible! I thought all the prototypes were destroyed!
A costly oversight, Doctor. This is why I always check and double-check, as any good scientist would.
This is the turning point, guys. Time to press our advantage and kick major butt!
We did it. We stopped the sun from crashing down upon us all. No one's dying today, not even Eggman, who again would have died had we dropped the sun on top of him. Infinite had no care in the world for that plan. But anyway, we're moving on to the next modern Sonic stage, which is Mortar Canyon.
That must have used up a ton of energy. Phantom Ruby should be weaker now. This is our only chance to defeat Infinite.
This is a very downward level. A bit of this level will be spent going down this downward slope. Still, one of my adventures part, don't boost and more or less homing attack into as many enemies as you can. Because if you boost, there is a very high chance that you will go flying off the platforms into the bottomless pit that this entire level is sitting on top of. I will go flying later on in this level. I won't die, but you will see me go flying in this level. It's very easy to do that. Like right here. It's not easy to stay on balance in this level. This one thing I will say this game has its flaws with is that it doesn't really have you boosting in good places, speaking of which, it's me flying. That part reminded me a lot of Final Rush from Sonic Adventure 2, where if you just jump off the side of the platforms, you can just go flying and skip a whole bunch of the level. But as I was saying, this game isn't really kind to you in places where you can boost. It's more or less that you don't want to boost. I will share more of my opinions on that later, but for right now, this is actually my favorite modern Sonic level in the game. It's still incredibly short, and I mean criminally short, like about this short. But it's still my favorite modern Sonic level in the game. It's action-packed. It has a lot of stuff that keeps you focused on what you're doing. It's not too easy. You know, it's not your traditional boost to win level that this game is filled with. So, you know, it actually makes you, I'm not gonna say think, but I think it more or less makes you actually enjoy the game, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You enjoy the game. You can actually enjoy what's happening all around you. And I mean, there's a lot of alternate paths you could take in that level that lead you to red rings. As you can see in the level, I got 2 red rings at the start and then just kind of skipped to the 5th one. If I had taken any of the alternate paths, I would have gotten the others. But I think you actually have to jump around in that level multiple times to get all of them. So that's actually pretty interesting. But enough on Mortar Canyon. We're moving on to the 3rd and final boss battle with the big bad Infinite. So let's check that out.
Pathetic little hedgehog. Even with the Phantom Ruby weakened, I still have enough power to smash you into blue jelly. I'll show you how outclassed you really are.
I'm in a class all my own. Time to put up or shut up, Infinite.
Now, during this boss fight, I want you to really pay attention and then tell me something. Tell me if this boss fight seems familiar to you.
What would you like your epitaph to read? How about, here lies the blue buffoon?
Why not, here dozes the masked clown? Might as well make it for the person who needs one, right?
So Infinite uses the Phantom Ruby to gigantify himself, and then he backs away from you for the entire boss fight, and you have to boost after him while he summons robots and obstacles to get in your way. To hurt him, you have to homing attack into him. Sound familiar to you? Like, at all? Maybe it's because this is a literal carbon copy of the Metal Sonic boss fight. Down to every last detail. Oh, and you having a hard time believing me? Well, how about this? He swarms himself with Eggman's water robots and Motobugs, just like Metal Sonic did. Still having a hard time believing me? Well, why don't we throw the Avatar character into there? Now it makes sense, doesn't it? This is literally the Metal Sonic boss fight, copied and pasted, but they changed Metal Sonic to Infinite. This game has cut so many corners, and I understand. But this is just plain lazy. Oh, but I digress. You probably noticed back there that as I said it, the Avatar character just kind of appeared out of thin air. Well, there was a cutscene where your Avatar character showed up, but as you've probably forgotten by now, in part 1 of this playthrough, I said that I couldn't record the cutscenes, so I would download them. I could not find the cutscene in the middle of this boss fight to download, at least not in HD. So, So my character just appears out of thin air and you all gotta deal with it. By now you've probably noticed that every boss fight with Infinite I've had in this playthrough, I have gone to the virtual reality I've gone into virtual reality during the boss fight. That's because I didn't want to show it off. And I know it probably takes away a lot of unnecessary time from the boss fight. But I don't care. It's my playthrough. I do what I want. Oh, and in case you guys are still having any questions on whether or not they actually copied the Metal Sonic boss fight, you literally beat Infinite in the exact same way. I mean, the exact same way. In fact, Sonic actually says the exact same line before you boost at him. The only difference is that Infinite doesn't explode into red blocks. And I guess another difference is that I S-ranked this boss fight and not Metal Sonic, so I guess Infinite really is the easier villain to beat. It's a shame. It's a shame. Maybe the main villain of this game should have been Metal Sonic instead of Infinite. There's the hover Wisman that I mentioned back in Imperial Tower. Kinda sucks though, we're just getting it here instead of before that level where it would have been the most useful. But I can't really complain. I can't really complain. They did have a way for you to get it, I didn't do it, so that's the punishment I get. Anyway, let's move along.
Impossible. I cannot be defeated.
Wrong, loser. The things that can't be defeated are heart, soul, and the bonds of friendship. 3 things you and your counterfeit cronies lack.
No, wait. I can still fight.
Huh?
You never fail to surprise me, Sonic. I didn't believe Infinite could lose. Victory will be so much sweeter when I defeat you. Don't think this is over yet, you blue nuisance. My plan just went into overtime.
Oh no. Eggman's going into overtime. This must really be serious. But next up we have the next and final classic Sonic stage, Iron Fortress. That's gonna have to wait for the last part of this playthrough. The finale of Sonic Forces is next. So stay tuned, everybody. Have a good day. Hello everybody, and welcome to the finale of Sonic Forces. We're getting ready to move on to the final classic Sonic stage, Iron Fortress.
Phantom Ruby signal is moving underground. Eggman is up to something again.
The doctor hasn't given up. Don't let your guard down yet.
We have to find the entrance to the central tower and stop Eggman.
So this is the final classic Sonic stage in the game, and it's alright. Like, it's not a bad stage, but it's not really a good one either. Especially not for one of the last stages you play in the game. Yeah, no, it could have been better. It could have been better. It does give me that. It does sort of give me that old school classic Sonic ender level feel, but you know, and I'm gonna say this for all of the final stages, including the final boss. This does give me a sort of Sonic Colors vibe, especially with the music. Because for any of you who have played Sonic Colors, at least on the Wii, you would know that in Sonic Colors there's an area you can go to called the Game Land, and it had a bunch of 8-bit style chiptune music, sort of like this. Although, this could easily be passed off as regular because this is every bit of classic Sonic's music. But yeah, but you know, these spinning things and the side scroller here, it really does remind me of Sonic Colors. I don't really like the music in this stage. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest about that. I don't really like the music in this stage. I really think the music for all of classic Sonic stages could have been better. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the music in classic Sonic stages are bad. But no, they definitely could have been better. Cause like, I have nothing against like this retro style chiptune, but in a game like this, it doesn't really fit. Kind of just, it doesn't fit very well. It just kind of seems like a distraction from what you're doing. Yeah. This level, this is the, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but this level might be the only time in the game I've seen the speed shoes, and I don't even think they lasted all that long. I think the music sped up for like 3 seconds and then just gone. This might actually have been the longest classic Sonic stage in the game. It almost made the 3-minute mark. Naturally, if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna make the 3-minute mark, so there's that. But yeah, no, that stage almost made the 3-minute mark. Kind of amazing, and come on! Really, game? Gonna cheat me out of the S-Circle? It's that close! Ah, whatever. These are the final bits of character clothing we're getting in the game. We got a beard, and some elf shoes that... C-3PO? Like, try and tell me that's not C-3PO from Star Wars. That's weird. No, the Death Egg is the Death Star, but don't cram it in that hard. Like, look, you can even see it over there over the left. It is literally an Eggman head-shaped Death Star, but I digress. We're moving on to the final tag team stage, Final Judgment. And just like the last stage, this gives me a very Sonic Colors-esque vibe. Yeah, you'll see what I mean in just a minute.
A Phantom Ruby signal is headed for the reactor. We have to hurry. The reactor's in the innermost part of the fortress, but the defense system is too tough to break through by normal means.
Good thing we're not normal. We'll find a way through.
This stage is literally just Sonic and your avatar character just running down this downward slope. I don't even think it's a slope. I think you're straight up just running downward. I'm trying to get to the reactor. And trying to get to the reactor of I don't know what this is, I'm gonna be honest. I guess Eggman's Fortress? I don't know. But you probably missed it earlier from me talking, but Tails said this is the place that Eggman made Infinite. As we'll find out later, that is not the case. But, you know, that's for another day. It's for another day. So, this is the ending of the level, and you're supposed to destroy these these, I guess, I don't know, prototypes or, like, alternative Phantom Rubies. You're supposed to destroy these Phantom Rubies that are powering this reactor, while at the same time dodging these laser beams that are moving in a circle towards you. You should generally have no problem dodging them. I'm just stupid, but you should generally have no problem dodging them. They do leave a tiny blue line where they're gonna fire out from, so you should know when they're coming. But aside from that, that is the level. The reactor blows up, and you just have to deliver just one final. The last one of the game, everybody. The final... Yes! The final double boost. That is the last time you have to hear Fist Bump play while you're boosting. Okay. I show my pins on the double boost later, near the end of the video, but that's actually the coolest double boost in the game. Too bad, marks the end of the level. It's kind of sad. Classic Sonic's level reached near 3 minutes, and the tag team level doesn't even reach near 2. That's just upsetting. That is upsetting. You saw in that stage I collected all 5 of the red rings. I think this is the only level in the main story where I've collected all 5 of the red rings. So you saw that I got a thing for collecting 100 red rings. I've collected a lot of them. In my free time, you can see all the S ranks that I didn't get during the playthrough. And you see the ranks I just got, the A ranks that I'm probably going to go back and fix later. But,
We did it! Eggman's army is officially butt-kicked. We won! Come on, now what? Can we ever just win and have that be the end of it?
Look!
Gotcha! The fortress reactor was just a decoy. A true winner always keeps his trump card hidden until the end.
Sonic, what's going on? There aren't less enemies, there's more!
What?
How can there be so many? Confirmed sightings indicate Shadow, Metal Sonic, Zavok, Chaos, Infinite. Thousands of them.
What have you done?
I merely incorporated the Phantom Ruby into this Death Egg robot.
But that means the Phantom Ruby no longer has a vulnerable energy supply. It's an invulnerable ruby?
A good deduction, Tails. This Death Egg robot has... No! I have surpassed Infinite to become the complete and ultimate form! You will be crushed by this Death Egg robot powered by the Phantom Ruby, and in the end, everything will still be just as I planned!
Your plan will end like all your plans do, with you sitting in a pile of busted robot parts wondering how you failed so badly. Let's get him.
Alright, that brings us to the final boss battle, where for the first time in the game you get to play as all 3 playable characters in the same stage. You get to play as Classic Sonic, you get to play as your Avatar character, you get to play as Modern Sonic. Sort of. You'll see what I mean. But, yeah. Yeah. This game does kind of drive it throughout the game that Eggman created Infinite and the Phantom Ruby, and, if you remember Sonic Mania, you know that he didn't make the Phantom Ruby, and you'll find out later that he didn't make Infinite either. But we will get to that when we get to that. This section of the boss fight, you're playing as Classic Sonic, and you have to, kind of like the Egg Dragoon fight, you have to throw these rocks into Eggman to deal damage to him, because he will not come close enough for you to damage him directly. Unlike the Egg Dragoon fight, the rocks do not stay on the platform for you to knock into them, but instead they will start chipping away at the platform that you are standing on along with these lasers, and the platform is naturally disappearing and moving to different sides on its own. So you really have to predict where you need to stand to hit them and kind of keep it going, because you can actually juggle them into Eggman for multiple hits. I don't think it's possible to get 3 at one time, because I don't think I did it during this boss fight. But I do know that eventually he does start throwing multiple rocks at him. You cannot hit, I don't think you can hit both set of rocks. But if you can, I'm sure somebody's done it and I'm just really stupid. You shouldn't have to worry about falling off this platform because the blocks are constantly forming themselves, so you should always be able to land on them. But you throw the last rock at Eggman, and you knock him down into the Avatar section. Eggman is not willing to go down easily, so you have to fight him now. This boss fight is the reason why I switched to the Burst Whisman to end off the game, because when Eggman slams his hand on the ground, you can actually chip away at the health pretty fast with the Burst Whisman. I haven't tried it with any other ones yet, but for what I know, the Burst Whisman is one of the best to just chip away at the health. You will get damaged by those shockwaves who's shooting out, so you do have to jump over those, but yeah. Do enough damage, Eggman will actually send out robots and more missiles than before that you have to destroy. But because the Burst Whisman is literally a flamethrower, it shouldn't be too hard to take him out. When Eggman gets to a certain point in the boss fight, he will actually start breaking away the platform. We're not at that point yet, but after this, we'll be there because he will take a lot less damage than before. But yeah, see, like I said, chipped away the platform, but I was able to save myself by using the homing attack that the Avatar character has to quickly jump to a robot before I fell. Oh,
A lot of people would have fallen there, but not me. Not me. I'm an A-class expert at all things Sonic. And you cannot prove me wrong. I will prove you wrong. The platform does eventually start reforming itself, so don't worry too much if you're in a bad place. The lasers do destroy the platform though, so you do need to be careful. I honestly have no clue how I didn't fall off here. But yeah. You get to this point, Eggman slams his fist down one last time, and done.
Sonic, defeat him!
Go for it, Sonic!
And this is where you finally get to control modern Sonic along with Classic and the Avatar at the exact same time! 3 characters, 1 control. It's all up to you to boost towards this alien-looking monster robot that Eggman's created that's shooting lasers at you, and you have to homing attack into to beat him. Yeah, so this is kind of a copy and paste of the final boss fight from Sonic Colors, which, just like the Infinite boss fight copying the Metal Sonic boss fight, is very lazy! But again, I'll give my feelings on that later. This entire boss fight is set to this very cool orchestral version of Fist Bump, and it is amazing. Just take a listen. So you probably noticed when you homing attack the middle of Eggman's robot with modern Sonic, he will actually gain 3 more hit reticles that you're supposed to homing attack into, which will do triple damage because you'll attack with modern Sonic, Classic Sonic, and your Avatar character. Despite all the things, while the main goal is you're supposed to boost towards him to attack him, you actually get rings and boost capsules by destroying these blue blocks that are in the middle of where you're running, or I guess off to the sides or whatever. But you're supposed to break those open, and one of them will always have a wisp capsule for you to break open and get boost energy. From my experience, it seems to always be the 3rd one on either the right or the left, but I have a pretty hard luck getting it because this part, Eggman starts bringing out these rows of fire things, I guess that's what they are, that you have to dodge to be able to get close to him, and I just kind of powered through it, so I didn't really care. But yeah. That time it actually kind of looked like the Wisp Capsule was in the 2nd one before that last time attack, but whatever. Eventually Eggman starts shooting his claws at you that you have to dodge. They're not hard to dodge, you can easily see where they're coming from, but you know. At the end of the stage, he'll go back to shooting these lasers at you. I actually think he'll go back to doing everything he's done up to this point. Just one final attack. That's how you know you're at the end of the boss fight. That's how you know you're done. Because he'll get desperate. He'll attack you with everything he's got. It's not hard to dodge these lasers. You can easily jump over them. You just have to have really good timing. But you get up close to Eggman. You land these last few homing attacks, and well, because this is technically a tag team level, but with 3 characters instead of 2. Because it's technically a tag team level, you get to do one final. Triple boost. A double boost combined with the power of Classic Sonic, and he's done. And now you're probably wondering why it says I take 12 minutes and 5 retries. That was actually pretty challenging for me to do. I did cut out all the failed attempts of that boss fight so I could just get straight through the end of it. But whatever, we unlocked the Nega Wispin, which is based off of the Nega Wisp from Sonic Colors, and that when you got it, you just kind of tore through everything. But look, we unlocked Sonic Shoes. That's the end game result reward. You get Sonic Shoes in this pretty okay looking Eggman shirt, bodysuit thing, but whatever. That is it, everybody. That is the end of Sonic Forces. We've done it. We've beaten the game. Let's see these last cutscenes.
Goodbye. Get home safely, Sonic. And thanks for everything.
Yeah!
Cheer up, Tails. I'm sure we'll run into him again. Alright, guys. It's time we cleaned up the mess that Eggman left this world in. And I'm not talking about those illusions he dreamed up for us. We need to fix the real world we all live in.
True that.
Come on, let's go!
Yeah!
Finally, an end to this endless battle. Everyone can go back home and relax. There's no need for the resistance.
Hold on! There's still a lot we need to do. We're just getting started.
Huh? What, you're leaving us? There are others who need your help. But okay, I'm not gonna stop you.
Man, the first time I saw you stumbling around, I had no idea you could pull this thing together and see it to the end. I've changed my mind about you.
I knew you'd come through, rookie. Well, I guess you're not a rookie anymore.
You did good out there. It's not like you just waited till the last minute to come in and act all cool, saving the day.
Our battle is done, and our resistance has come to a conclusion. But we'll be friends forever. A single person cannot restore the entire world. We have to work together and make a diligent effort. Yeah!
Hey, you're taking off too? I was thinking the same thing. You gonna keep moving forward? No matter what, yeah? You and I aren't so different. See you later, buddy.
Well, everybody, this has been my playthrough of Sonic Forces. And, not gonna lie, I am kind of sad that it's over. I'm kind of sad it's over. Because, while I may have spent a lot of this playthrough ragging on the game, talking about what's wrong with it, you know, how short it is and how like it could have been better. I did genuinely enjoy this game. A lot of people have mixed opinions on this game, but I can very easily say that I like this game. Granted, this game does have a lot of problems. Like, yes, the stages could have been longer. Yes, the stages could have been longer. Yes, the physics could have been better. But aside from that, I did like the game. I did like the game. People do look at this game. Like, a lot of people look at this game. A lot of people will look at this game and explain, like, oh, this is a bad Sonic game. They don't know what a Sonic game is with this. This is bad. This isn't the boost formula gameplay we wanted back. But to me, I'm like, yeah, it is. This is the exact gameplay I grew to love playing Sonic Generations for the first time. And while yes, I will admit, things are not the same. This game is nowhere close to as good as Sonic Generations was. Nothing will top Sonic Generations in my eyes. That is the best. And I mean the best Sonic game, because that is my personal favorite. And that will never be topped. But this isn't a bad Sonic game. This is a great Sonic game. I think we've come to the point where people forgot what a bad Sonic game is. Sonic 06. But, we're not here to talk about that. We're actually here to talk about, this game. How I really think this game is... I feel like over time, people are going to look back at this game and realize that it was a good game. I do see people... I honestly believe people are going to look back at this game with high regard. There are games that I find similar to this that people still look back at, even I look back at and realize, actually that's not as good as I thought it was. But, I feel like people are going to look back at Sonic Forces and realize it was a pretty good game for what it was. There's a lot of problems I brought up that I said I would explain at the end. For one, I honestly think Tails could have done a lot more than he did in this story. Tails is not useless. If you remember back to Sonic Adventure, even Sonic Heroes, Tails was on the front lines of the battles. He fought off Eggman. He fought off Eggman alone in Sonic Adventure 1. Was actually able to fully defeat him, so... It really makes me a little bit ticked off that coming to this game, Tails was just resorting to this whiny little kid that can't fight for his own. He needs Sonic, but we've proven before he doesn't need him. Granted, to be honest, a lot of the characters that were in this game also could have done a lot more than what they did. Knuckles could have done a lot more, because I think the most we've seen him do was in those final parts. We saw him fighting off the clones and stuff. I think the Chaotix could have done a lot more. I had no high hopes for Amy, but yeah. But there's one character who I'm actually really proud of, and that's Silver. Silver's been reduced to a background character for years past Sonic 06, and Silver was actually my favorite character in these games for a long, long time. He still is one of my favorites, but he's not my top favorite. But Silver, he actually did some cool stuff in this game, because Silver actually took a lot of the initiative. We actually heard more of Silver in this game than we have in years. We've heard more of Silver in this game than we did in Sonic Rivals, and he was the main playable character in that game. But no, Silver actually held his own. He fought off Infinite before Sonic got there, and he actually probably could have beaten him if they didn't have the Phantom Ruby. But, I feel like we could have seen a lot more of Shadow in the main story. You'll see what I mean about that after this video comes out. But I feel like Shadow could have done a lot more in the main story instead of just show up, and just cast control, kick himself in the head, destroying it. But, beggars can't be choosers. I'm sure a lot of stuff that we wanted in this game probably could have been done, but they were on a little bit of a deadline for this game. I do understand. But, I think Infinite is a really wasted character too. I do think that Infinite was a very, very wasted character. He could have been better. Infinite could have really been better. I think if we had more time to flesh out a backstory for him, or at least in the main story get any backstory for him at all, Infinite could have been a great character. We are going to get a little bit of backstory for Infinite in the upcoming playthrough that we have to do after this, because after this we have to do episode Shadow. we're not done. No, this isn't the end of, this isn't the complete end of the play. This is the end of the main story. I still gotta do episode Shadow, and I also gotta make the extra video. So, because there's a lot of stuff I couldn't show off in the main playthrough, but we're gonna get to that. You're gonna see it all. But yeah, I really feel like there's a lot more they could have done with a lot of the characters. I feel like there's a lot more they could have done with Sonic himself, and by that I mean Classic Sonic, because Classic Sonic was really kind of there for the nostalgia's sake. This is, it's not an anniversary game, but Classic Sonic could have really done a lot more than what he did. He really could have. I'm kind of sad that he didn't. He honestly served no reason to be here except for, I guess, maybe to, I don't know. Like I said, he's there for nostalgia purposes. I am going to actually talk a lot more about why I feel like Classic Sonic was wasted in the extra video. But for now, I'm going to leave it on this note. Next up is episode Shadow, and that's going to be a whole nother nostalgia trip for me and probably a few of you. But for now, hope you enjoyed the playthrough of Sonic Forces, and I'll see you next time for episode Shadow. Until then, goodbye everybody. Have a beautiful day. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Sonic Forces. Today, we're going to do something a little bit extra in the game. Today, we're going to play episode Shadow, and episode Shadow is showing what Shadow was doing in the time span between the actual story. It's very short, but it's actually somewhat fun. You'll see what I mean, because we're going to get into this. So we're going to click episode Shadow, we're going to click new game, and we're just going to get right on into it. Let's go.
Shadow, we've got a report from the Intelligence Division. They've located an unknown base of operations that seems to be totally outside the chain of command for Eggman's army. There's a large-scale troop presence, suspiciously large for a place with no strategic value.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without reason.
No kidding. And there's a rumor going around that old rotten Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon. So...
yeah. Looks like this won't be your garden variety recon mission.
Do it to it, Shadow. Omega went on ahead of you, so you can link up with him on site.
I'm more than enough on my own. I'll handle things my way.
Omega said the same thing. You two go together like chili and hot dogs.
Is that just a universal reference of hot dogs in this universe? Oh my god. Always chili dogs. Makes no sense.
Cut the chatter. I'm on my way.
So now we go on to the first stage, which is enemy territory, which is just the city again. But tell me, does the music in this stage sound familiar to you?
That area is enemy territory. Keep going, Shadow.
Got it. E-123 Omega here. Extermination proceeding without incident. No problem to report.
Extermination? This is supposed to be a recon mission.
I'm gonna cut them off talking because they talk a lot, but this is the music from Let's Stop Us in the game Shadow the Hedgehog. And this is Shadow's gameplay. One cool thing about this that I love doing in this stage is you get to this point, you can just boost and you basically skip this entire section of the level. Like, I literally just flew over the entire level right there and shaved off so much time, even though all the levels in this game are incredibly short. But yeah, episode Shadow, I'm just going to spoil it right now, reuses music from past games of major events in Shadow's life. And let me tell you, the level design, you can't tell, is like a lot more challenging and strategic than the main game, but you know, that's not really that important because it's not hard to get past it. Like, it doesn't make the levels any more challenging than the regular levels. I think this just requires more 2D platforming than others. But you know, half the time you do find yourself just boosting through anything anyway. I can't talk. But yeah, it's like I was saying, it's not really hard to get through the levels. It's just more challenges. And as I'm saying all this, by the way, the level is over. Yeah, I talked through the entire stage. Incredible. But yes, that was enemy territory. It was just a city level again. Nothing special, but we did get an S rank. We don't get anything from S ranking episode Shadow, unfortunately. But, what are you gonna do about it?
The world's most powerful robot is no more a challenge than crab meat. As I suspected, this power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength. Ah, and still more wonderful. A not-so-tall, dark, and brooding guest has arrived. I've been waiting for you, Shadow.
Tell me what you did to Omega.
Weaklings like him are of no consequence. Come now, Shadow. A long-awaited reunion, and still you spout such nonsense.
I don't know you. And the only thing of no consequence around here is that big mouth of yours.
Oh, I suppose you would think so. Yes. I am infinite. You say you do not know me, and yet I remember you so very well. To you, it was simply another in a long list of Eggman bases you tore down without a second thought.
And so that little conversation I can't talk. So that little conversation right there transitions us to the second stage, Mystic Jungle. And once again, does this music sound familiar? Can any of you who've played any game with Shadow? God, I can't talk.
We got an intruder. Shadow has entered the facility. Defense Squad Jackal has already been completely annihilated. All available troops, intercept that blasted hedgehog by any means necessary. I went to great pains to get the best mercenaries around.
Yes, this is the song, Balance in Rhythm, also known as the White Jungle theme from Sonic Adventure 2. And they remixed the music for these levels so well. And it really fits the tone of this. And I actually do like the idea they did this. A lot of people say it was lazy to just reuse music. But think of it, this is probably the best thing they could do. It's been such a long time since you've been able to play as Shadow in these games. So to reuse music from the games he's been predominant in, it's the best thing they could have done. You notice that Mystic Jungle for Shadow is a very interesting level because it's the easiest out of the 3 levels you have to play for this. And yes, Episode Shadow does only have 3 levels. But Mystic Jungle is the easiest of the 3. Because you can see here, it's mostly this slide. And it's not hard to maneuver this slide. It's really not. Like, if you've seen it in the main story, then you know this slide is very easy to get through. And again, as I'm talking, the entire time I'm talking, made it to the end of the level. Amazing. It's amazing how short Sonic Forces levels can be. And yet, it doesn't seem to really bother anybody. But, we move on to character development cutscene!
Hey, you! You know you can hear me. You're captain of Squad Jackal, aren't you? Your squad was useless. Go clean up their mess already!
Yeah, I got it. You destroyed my squad. I'll show you why they call me the ultimate mercenary. Take this! What?
Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
I'm shaking. Me? Me? Afraid? Pathetic? Me? He's calling me weak? No, I am not weak. I'm not. I'm not weak. I am not weak. That day, I gave up my own unsightly face. I let go of the old me, the one that was so weak, so that I could become stronger. And then, at last, I obtained the power. The power to make all yield to my will. I was reborn! I've only become what I am because of you. Yet you don't remember. But I suppose that's the way it goes. It simply means that the old me was too weak, too pathetic to remember. And now you've become nothing more than an insect, waiting to be crushed underfoot. Thanks to this limitless power I have obtained, I have become unstoppable. Take this!
And with that sound triggers the return of the Phantom Ruby's bullcrap, which leads us into Green Hill Stage 3, the final stage of episode Shadow, Virtual Reality, and probably the best song they could have picked for a stage titled Virtual Reality.
Shadow? Shadow, do you read me?
That guy. What happened to Infinite?
Huh? What are you mumbling about, Shadow? You okay? Anybody home? We're going to pick up Omega. He was destroyed 3 months ago, remember? Get it together.
Yes, that is the song Supporting Me, also known as the theme for when you fight the Bio Lizard in Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Generations on the 3DS. And I can't think of a better music piece to play during a level like this. So, as you can see, Infinite's red blocks of death return, and yeah, they're not that hard to dodge. Like, at all. In fact, they're so easy to dodge, I think half the time me playing this, I didn't even really try to dodge it. But, yeah, this is the end of episode Shadow. I don't really have a lot to say about the stage. It's just another run through Green Hill, and all I can really say is this is the hardest of the 3 levels. Sort of. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the hardest of 3 levels. Because, well, 1, because these red blocks. It really takes a little bit for you to learn where they're going to go. By the way, this part scared me.
I am not weak. I am not weak.
Yeah, that is actually kind of scary. It's none of this is real. It's always Shadow's head. But anyway, as I was saying, this is probably the hardest level, mainly due to the fact that these red blocks everywhere, and it's really hard for you to figure out where they're gonna go at first. But you do have these little markers that you can kind of see me using in the form of you wait till you see where the blocks are materializing, and then you just go from there. Despite the fact I did get hit a lot while playing this level. But just like that, we are not yet. Well, actually, never mind. I was about to say we're approaching the end, but not yet. But never mind. We are exactly at the end of Green Hill, which means we are at the end of episode Shadow. And it kind of makes me mad that, one, they made playing as Shadow again after so long since Sonic Adventure 2, a DLC, albeit a free one. Why is it so short? But I digress. Moving on.
Where? I'm back here. No. Is this an illusion?
This is reality, Shadow. Your reality. I didn't expect to see you come back alive, but you must admit, it was a truly wonderful show, wasn't it? This power, before we've even tuned it, just as I thought, it is unrivaled. Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
Sonic? What are you plotting? What is this? Stop! Where do you think you're going, Infinite?
Shadow? Shadow! Finally, the connection's back. What are you doing?
Rouge?
Forget it. Get away from there as soon as you can. There are explosions going off all over. The facility's about to collapse.
Withdrawing now. What's the meaning of all this? Rouge, are you telling me the truth?
What's the point of lying about it? Eggman got a beat on Sonic and mounted a massive assault. I mean, sure, A for effort, but it's nothing to worry about. We've got the advantage now. Sonic is there too, so I don't think it's a big enough deal for you to head out.
Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without...
Shadow! This is not good. Hurry! Get over there!
What is it, Rouge? What happened?
And so it just replays the scene in the main story where Sonic shows up, destroys Eggman's robots, and then inevitably gets his butt kicked by Infinite and Eggman's copies. Nothing special. And with that being said, we have come to the very ending of episode Shadow. There's no more stages. We have completed all 3 levels of episode Shadow. There is no more. We are not done with Shadow, but we will save that one for the extra video. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see me do next time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.